Alright, I was slightly impatient. So there is going to be an ad pretty shortly, but I figure we can get started anyway. So, I fixed the camera, kind of, a little bit. It's a bit squirrely, but we will make do with what we have. So, we've got that, which is nice. We've got that, which is nice. And we need to definitely fix that. We need to definitely fix that. Yeah, let's not have an echo of ourselves on our own stream. That would be bad. We want to avoid things like that. So, we're just doing a little bit of cleanup before we get started here for things that we forgot yesterday. And what sorts of things did we forget yesterday? Well, we got our bloody footprints, so that's good. And we need paladin casting reagents, because we have divine reagents, which is not what we need. We need the paladin specific ones. So we'll just sell the stuff we don't need here. Yeah, that goes away. And yeah, we don't use the general divine ones. We need the paladin ones. You only sell level 1 paladin ones. Okay, well, we'll get 1,000 of those anyway. And we'll go to the reagent vendor in House J. That's, yeah, House J. Off we go. So tonight we are going to be heading to Myth Drannor. And I was on the Discord, not my Discord, but the DDO Discord, and they had mentioned that something that I wasn't sure I agreed with regarding leveling iconics. It's like, oh yeah, just Giant Hold, Myth Drannor, Necro 4, and Shard. Like, one, that sounds like few enough quests that it's gotta be a, like, running potions sort of thing. And two, I didn't think Drannor was that fast to level with. But that might just be because I didn't know it that well, so we'll find out. Well, it's also possible that we won't find out, or that I am still just too slow. And it's a me problem, not a Myth Drannor problem. But in either case, we're going to find something out. So, all told, we got, from Giant Hold, doing the entire chain, we got just under 4 ranks. So, 3 3/4-ish. Send me to Gatekeeper's Grove. Thank you very much. And Myth Drannor. Which is this one? Yes. We've got a minute left on our quest, so we're just going to double check a few things. Oh, this is another thing I forgot. I forgot Blade Sworn Transformation. We're going to move this to 8, probably. So, makes me immune to heals, but gets me a variety of bonuses. Fortunately, I can still be repaired. So, it's not too bad that I go immune to heals, but, we'll make do. So, we're going to take a look at our build real quick. We're mostly just like filling in random points at this point. So, like, next point's going to go here for 2 more strength. And then I can, pick up another core here, though I'm not really going to be using Divine Righteousness. It's just not useful to me. So then the question becomes, do I splash over here first? Or do I, let's move this, or do I push for up here and the extra speed first? So this would be extra constitution because we already have our health from here. And I don't think we need this, but, we will find out. But for right now, I think our path is we'll get our strength, we'll drop 2 points here for the 5 double strike, and then maybe 2 points here for the health, or 1 point here for a second action boost. So I can just action boost constantly without worrying about if I have charges or not, because I'll always have some kind of action boost. And now that people are back from ads, we're going to grab all these quests and get started. And then we'll see if knowing the quests means that I can actually run them reasonably efficiently. And I am slightly exaggerating when I say knowing the quests. Like, I've done them a couple times at this point, but I don't, like, really know them. Also, why is... Oh. Okay. I thought I noticed something when I was reviewing the VOD. There we go. Now, unlike yesterday, you get game sound today. Isn't that lovely? Okay, you go away. And we're gonna go on R1 and we'll leave it open. I don't expect anyone to join, but if they do, so much the better. Alright, so it did take away my weapon attachment. So weapon attachment doesn't show up in the buff bar. Like, it flickered there for a second, but I don't have a new buff. But you can see that my damage did go from 0.3 to 0.8. So I do have to weapon attachment at the beginning of every quest. Several of them, yeah. There are a couple that are really good for splitting. And then there is one that is the opposite of good for splitting, which is the time one, where if we're not splitting, or if I'm solo, I can do it pretty easily. But as soon as I'm no longer on the main path, like if other people get ahead of me and then like a shortcut gets opened, it's like, oh, now I don't know which way is the direct way and which way is the shortcut. And I stop being able to find my way around. But this one is good for splitting. Let's see, is down here an optional? I think down here is an optional. Optionals are, historically, not great for leveling. They were at one point, but that got nerfed. There was a point where, like, the best leveling you could do in Epics, I believe it was to just do towers, but not finish in Wizard King. Like, it was for dailies, sort of thing. But they nerfed that, and the reason that it was so good was that repeating them didn't have diminishing returns. So they introduced diminishing returns, just like you can't constantly spam the same quest over and over again. You can't constantly spam the same optionals over and over again anymore. Well, or you can, just you can't expect to have the same XP every time. I think that this is, yeah. Okay, yeah, just the one here. Come on. But yeah, there's a couple that are like, hey, get all these crests. And it's like, well, when you're trying to get a whole bunch of crests, it's super useful to have people running all sorts of different directions.
You examine the marks on the ground. Something big was here recently. Something larger than an etiquette. Much, much larger.
Unfortunate. No nice big crits on that one. But yes. Where is the other lever? It's down here. By the Spear Reaper. Okay. Not so bad. So many temporary buffs. But yeah, this one is good for splitting. I don't even know all these quests by name well enough to talk about which are splitting. Which I suppose is my own fault. They've been out for a decent time now, so I should probably just learn them. That is the cure to ignorance and not knowing things, is, well, learn it then. Hey, I got a proc for healing off the ring. It's super ineffective.
The way into the cave is open. The terror that lies behind the Ettercap's raids awaits within.
A little bit of lay on hands.
It would seem that the Ettercaps kidnapped the elves to appease something much more powerful. A large, hungry fang dragon.
And there we go.
Fang dragon dead, and the Ettercaps cowed. The elves will once again be able to walk.
Oh, darn it.
undisturbed.
I did not find traces of the captured elves. Why did I not find traces of captured elves? Is that going forward to the first set of rest shrines? Is it talking to one of the captured elves? Shorthand, gets good, yes. Although this is more knowledge than execution skill. Though both are important skills. Seeing this is me learning another thing about which quest triggers need to be made. Yeah, you need to talk to at least one. Okay. Okay, that one's pretty solid. 21k in 5 minutes. So that one's good. But that one wasn't one of the ones I was worried about. That's a relatively simple and easy one. And one that you don't need to run into the middle of nowhere to find. Which is the other trick with Myth Drannor, is that, sure, maybe the quests are decent XP, but it's a haul to get to a lot of them. Alright. Right. Right, I forgot about that. Can't go out that way, because we haven't completed the safe hold yet. So what pathing to use here? Screw it, I guess we hit the safe hold first. Just head northwest. But yeah, so the Blade Forged is going pretty well. Let's just check. Okay, yeah, so our weapon attachment does need to be redone for each quest. So good to know. It's annoying to have to track it manually though, since I guess it doesn't show up as a buff anywhere. Maybe it shows up as a buff on the weapon. I'll have to mouse over the weapon next time I do it. Alright. Trentar's Harrow appears to be the closest, so that's where we will go first. Death hosts a banquet. I'm sure it does. Okay, so we attach the weapon. Alright, it does get weapon attachment as a mod on the weapon, so I can mouse over the weapon to find out. I just can't look at my buff bar. This is fine. Okay. So I have messed this one up before by turning the wrong way at the beginning. You have to go talk to him before you can get any crests. The crests don't spawn until you talk to him.
Is it just the building settling? Or something else?
So we're gonna go directly to the dude. I think this is the correct way. think we go right. Hello.
You hear someone calling out from behind a doorway blocked by a magical barrier. It doesn't sound like one of the undead. Perhaps it's the drow elf you're searching for. You found the drow you're seeking, but it seems that he's trapped behind that barrier. And
we want to kill just enough so that we don't get, you know, slowed down as we're trying to run all over the place. So we got that. So now we need to get the crests. But by doing that, the big dude should spawn in here.
Re-entering the Great Hall, you're surprised by the sight of a towering skeletal figure. A familiar shape juts out from between its ribs. A crest. The skeleton
down.
falls, the crest in its chest.
Fear Reaper down. Plague Reaper also down. There we go. I suppose I should get a wand so that I don't run into these problems of getting hit by magic missiles. But on the other hand, I don't really care that much about getting hit with magic missiles. I do care about getting hit with that snare because it's super annoying, but that's not something I can do anything about. That's just traps and optional, so we will skip it. Pause briefly to kill dudes. And a little bit of healing. I don't have any reconstruct power on, so it's not much healing, but, you know. Oh, and of course I get damaged over time. That's fine, though. Just a little damage over time. What could go wrong? Alright. It's still funny to see, like, that my damage range is like a factor of 10. It's like, oh, that's a normal hit versus a crit multi-strike. So,
The lever is pulled. You notice that
apparently in this patch they did fix invitation to dinner though, so that's good. Oh, and apparently it did still work before if you found all the stuff. I think our problem was that we hadn't found the keystone.
You notice a distant quieting as the barrier
So, like, we found the icon and we found... Excuse me. We found the icon and we found... What? Why do you keep doing that? We found the icon and we found the friend, but I don't think we found the keystone. And even if we do find the keystone, it wouldn't show us which exit to do. We would still need to go there. So, that's just how that worked out.
The lever is pulled. You notice a distant quieting.
But,
as the barrier
not to
above
worry anymore.
activates.
It is fixed, in theory. Alright, we're going this way. As we bob up and down and up and down. Now, the other thing that holds me back from going fast here, and fast leveling, it's not my damage, of course. My damage is fine, my survivability is very good. But it's two things.
A faint sense of
One is move speed. I don't have a sprint boost, which is also another option for leveling. I could drop into falconry just for sprint boost. And the other is Dimension Door. So if I wanted to really try to speed run, I would have gotten the hireling with Dimension Door and used him only for Dimension Door. But I did not think ahead on that. So this will be, I suppose, a not optimal run. Which is fine. Very little that I do is actually optimal. There's a huge gap between pretty good and optimal. And I really don't usually put in the effort to do optimal when pretty good is, well, pretty good. Off we go. I'm seeing a lot of hits on guys as I run by. I think I'm just rolling a lot of ones, because I should have more hit than I need. I shouldn't be missing on anything but ones. Now, of course, some of these swings are going wide just because I'm like not in the right spot, but others.
With both crests in place, the magic barrier fades away.
Hello.
Yet you're distracted by the
Bye.
sound of clacking bones.
Oh, double Fear Reaper. You know, if this were not leveling, that might be a concern. Because double Fear in High Reaper is pretty nasty. But yeah, I think that was pretty smooth. I went the right way. I didn't have to do any backtracking, but I'm just relatively slow. 7 minutes for 21k. Not as good as the Eder Caps, but still not bad. I think I will go north first for my route. I'm not sure though. Let me just check. I might go west. Yeah, I think I'll go here and then do this arc. Yeah. We'll do this way. At some point I'll probably map out what's optimal, but that is for another time. For right now, we're just going to kind of go with what's close. It would probably have been better to head north. Actually, you know what? I can take that route anyway. So, if I use the what? If I use that teleport at the Sanctarium, or whatever the hell it's called, as my midpoint, then I can use this as my going west arc, and then I can teleport to it again later for the going north arc. I think that'll work. It should work. Assuming that I remember the right way to go through here. Hey everybody. We're just gonna walk up here. There we go. Hey, we found a message. Cool. It's a little weird to not see the displacement effect on my characters, since I'm so used to having it. Like, even before that most recent one where I could just cast displacement because I was a luck cleric, I was a Dragon Lord, I think, and they get it by default. Always on, non-dispellable. So, that's good for them. I think we skip these rooms. Yeah, I think going up is the slow way here. Excellent, we managed to open a door while we had a dot on us. There should be achievement for it. But yes, I think we will take a quick side trip here to kill the optional, just because he's right here.
A huge eticat springs to the attack.
Very quick and easy. Because if you're talking about like XP per minute, that was what? 20 seconds, 30 seconds, 4,000? That's solid XP per minute. Probably. I guess it depends on your standards. I, however, now might be going the wrong way. We'll find out soon. Yes, I'm starting to believe I am heading the wrong direction. It's alright, we'll make it work. Well, stairs are good. I did know I needed to go upstairs. Oh, excellent. We look at this, we look at the artifact, we come over here, we trigger that.
and haven't noticed your
The last one of the plans is inside that room, but we need to pull the 3 levers first.
Track down the last location of that wizard. Ongluth, was
There
it?
we go.
He was one of the
Look,
creators of
lever
the
number one. Number one.
It will not be simple, but you are a necromancer after all.
with that.
Draining mouths get priority because they just do unavoidable damage to you constantly, and I don't like them.
The classroom when at the school. The time for eavesdropping is
Alright,
over.
so that's one.
Been detected.
Interesting. I didn't know these aggroed through the wall. But now I know. Alright, lever number 2. And a crest. What do I need a crest for? Must be an optional. Because I'm pretty sure I don't need it for the main. I just need to pull the levers and then kill the dude. Hello. Goodbye. Necromancer goes down. Draining mouths go down. Bowman goes down. Everything goes down. I should use my smites more, because I'm nowhere near running out of them. And, you know, they can hit for over 3k, so that's pretty good. Alright, lever number 3. And down we go to kill the boss. This is going pretty smoothly so far. Oh, hello. Wait, are these the guys from the final boss fight that aggroed me and came all the way over here?
The Red Wizard let your sign to tap into the missile.
So that's all the plans.
Divert part of the
And
missile's
now-
power into his own phylactery.
We just kill the boss and we're done with it.
Phylactery is apparently hidden away someplace called...
It was all the ads from there. Huh, go figure. $35k in 5 minutes. Yeah, I'd say that's good. So this one is very good. As long as you don't get lost or go down the optional paths, that's really solid.
This was a fabled
Alright, so I think we're just going to keep heading this direction and come up here. And then when we're done, we'll teleport back, come here, and do the arc this way.
and here those
So we'll continue heading northwest.
titanic battle in which Myth Drannor fell.
And it's a long haul, but it'll be fine. We will survive. And maybe we'll run into a rare spawn on the way, but I have not memorized their spawn points. I've only run into a couple of them. And I still have like old WoW muscle memory of not wanting to run over little bits of what would be considered inside because it will dismount you. It's just like, oh, I don't want to step on that. It'll dismount me. It's like, no, no, it won't. That's not a thing in this game. In fact, ever since they changed mounting rules, I think it was earlier this year even if it's a place that you don't have a mount, your mount like a tavern, it just gets suppressed and it comes back automatically when you leave. So that's convenient.
Somewhere inside this dank mausoleum lies the grave of one of the wizards who created.
So this is a little faster.
For a chat.
See, if it were the same puzzle every time, it might be faster to, like, know the answer, but I've solved this puzzle a few times, and it is, in fact, not the same every time.
I would work up to my death and not 1 second longer. Once I put that spade down,
So, I guess we just brute force it
now off with you.
and deal with the fact that they're angry at us.
Peacefully. Wizard's around here somewhere. No doubt you'll find him.
So, we just go through and we kill everything.
Little graveyard humour there can get out for free.
So I have actually not done the brute force method while soloing this before. I've only soloed it twice, and both times I solved the puzzle. But we're trying to go for some speed here, so we'll see if we need to do that or not. Okay, so it is locked until we kill things. Hadn't checked before.
They have lost a sense of who they were. Something feels wrong. It seems that you've placed something incorrectly. The dead are none too pleased.
I suppose the wiki is another way to do it. So I haven't actually checked the wiki on this one. How many puzzles are there? I know there's at least 2, because I've solved it twice. And it was not the same solution each time. Is this...
Found the body of the wizard who helped make the key to the missile. Now to learn its secrets.
Okay. 1 down, incorrectly. 3 to go, incorrectly.
You catch a glimpse of the word missile on this sarcophagus. This must be the correct wizard. The wizard tells you about a hidden
Okay,
path
excellent.
where you will find everything you need.
Second
It's
one.
maddeningly vague about its location. You're about to
Oh, so
give
it's
up
4
its
different
location
possibilities. Okay,
when you spot something unusual indeed.
that's not too many.
You saw earlier in
So it's
Adrenaline.
similar to like Shadow Crypt, wherein you just check one thing, and from the starting point,
The bear
you
walks
then
down
know which is the correct
looks
one.
back at you over its shoulder, as if inviting you to follow.
Yeah, makes sense. It's not the same as, say, the, which puzzle am I thinking of? The Sands Raid, where there are, like, 12, I think? There are a bunch of different solutions to that one, so you really just need to solve it. Or check the wiki, but that one's not too bad to just solve as you go.
You see a figure in red, hard at work searching for the wizard. He turns in surprise, catches his breath, and whispers an incantation.
Alright, Stone Guard. Takes not much damage from me, but that's okay. And
The red wizard
we now need to
falls,
follow the bear.
leaving the dead he commanded to finally rest in peace.
And the follow the bear should lead me here. Yes, thank you very much. Strange hole in the wall. Sure. Keep following the bear.
The bear has led you to a hidden passageway. Squeezing through, you notice a glint in the wall in front of you. And notice that someone has gotten here before you.
Hello. Okay, mouth goes down. Mercenary goes down. You and you.
The red wizard falls
And a nice big smite to finish it off at the 3300.
and walks towards where you saw the glint earlier. Examining the wall more carefully,
Alright,
you find one of the bricks is loose. You tug on it.
21k in 5
revealing a
minutes.
cache the wizard
They're actually
left.
looking pretty good if you
Inside
know where
are
you're
4
going.
items, a scroll,
Alright, so
a ring,
monk
and
eyes.
a note. The note seems to assume that the
Interesting.
temple of Legolas Enareth must be where you need to go next.
And next one we're headed to is down there, which I think is everything being on fire. So we got a nice long horseback ride down there. Then we'll recall and do the other side. But that won't be too many of these sorts of things. One moment. Thank you. There we go. Actually, since we've got a... Okay. I'm trying to time the ad break so that we're between quests. It says 7 minutes until an ad. So I think that's enough time for me to get there and clear this quest. And then we'll hit the ad when we're recalling and finding our way to the next one. And of course, I can just, chill and not start the quest until the ad finishes. That is absolutely an option as well. It is short as long as you don't get lost in the smoke. Which I haven't had a problem with, but I think some people do. Right. Buffs. Including weapon attachment, which is another 1d6 damage. Yeah, it's just what do you do in this quest? You walk in, you kill everything in the room. Then you go to the next room and you kill everything in that room. Okay, and what then? You walk into the next room and kill everything in that room. I don't think I need to kill these for any way to open. So we'll just run past them. Toss cleaves as we go, as you do.
Waves of heat cascade over you as you choke in the smoke billowing from the sorting room. More smoldering
Oh, light bearer. That does make this slightly slower. And by slightly, I mean very slightly.
In the sorting room. The way to the upper library is open. More creatures defeated, more flames dissipated. You can now access the upper library. A particularly large Afrita patrols the room, spreading flame as he goes.
So I need to clear everything, right?
You've quenched all opposition in the upper library.
And on we go.
Escape through the portal. Chase him down to guarantee he can't bring any more of his minions back to the library. Ahead,
there you are. Hello.
More of his fiery minions. Put an end to him once
God.
and for all.
And now we just have to clean up some guys so that we can loot and recall.
You've helped protect a bit of Myth Drannor's history.
Yep, under 2 minutes for, 10k XP, 11? Still good. Alright, I'm going to hit this add button while we make our way to the next quest. I will see you in 2 minutes. Or if you're on YouTube, I'll see you right now. So, yeah, just going to turn this in. Hello. Thank you.
Something else captures your attention. A large, shining dragon who watches
Get
a blaze
recall
with
and
grave concern.
make our way back out. Alright. So we're going to go here. Wait a second. I think I did this wrong. Okay. Well, that's Death Holds the Banquet. Secrets of the Red Wizards. Voices of the Dead. Where is the safe hold? Which of you's quest did I complete but not turn in? Did I not do the safe hold? Fine, we'll go out this way again. And we'll go from the other direction. Oh, I didn't do the safe hold. That would be the reason why. Yeah, I messed it up because I didn't do these up here. Oh well. We will figure out a path anyway. By figure out a path, I mean we're just going to have to go the other direction. Which means I probably should have left from the other exit out of town, but we're just going to take a couple minutes and enjoy the scenery and start all the way on the east side. Which I don't know how to get there from here, besides just heading that direction and hoping there isn't an impassable cliff or something. Oh, there is? For some reason I thought there was a second path in the smoke room. Of course, it does help that I fought the dude right where he spawns, so it's easy to tell which door you should go through when it's covered in fire and then you kill the guy and it's not covered in fire. It's like, aha! I should go through the way that just opened up to me. That is the trick. That's the one. It's like, well, which way do I go? Well, the way that you couldn't go before. It's that old, if you're fighting people, you're probably heading the right direction. So, let's get in on this. The quest... See, now my question is starting to be, can I complete this saga before I level cap? Oh, okay, so it's a pretty short trip to a dead end. Got it. That does make it so it's easier to find your way back if you do get lost. Hello? There we go. Thank you. Excellent. And we're on our way. Alright. We're going to do this. Which apparently stops your movement.
You've followed the path of the Drow, deep into the Underdark. Occasional signs of their passage show that you're getting
Right, just
close.
command.
The path ends abruptly, in a sheer drop-off. It seems the only way to go is down.
And we don't need to open up a portal to get back up there, because we're just going to recall out when we're done. Now, some mobs I will run past. Carrion crawlers, or chaos crawlers, are not one of them.
You notice a small green
They're just, you know,
on the ground.
they're a pain if you let them just cast spells on you, and then you get a bunch of dots on you, and it's just not a good time.
The Hulk claws its way out of the cave floor, its insect-like eyes tracking your every move. The massive creature crashes to the ground.
The spiders, of course, I don't care as much about. Howlers I care a little bit about, because, you know, they drain your stats.
Massive mushrooms blanket this cavern.
Now where
making
could
it a
they be?
veritable forest.
Is it all
This
around
small
me?
clearing shows signs of having been recently
It is all
used.
around me. Oh no! They're trapped in here with me. How awful for them. Alright, where's the lever? There it is. So, that didn't go well for them. As I step on the trap and take a chunk of damage. But I didn't know that the optional chest in there could give you the weapons. So that's good to know. Kill most of that pack. Oh, that's right, and we have a bit of a swimming section here. Not a very long swimming section, but it exists. And there's no real problem with that. Oh, besides the Plague Reaper that can attack me while I'm swimming. That is a little annoying. Ah, the downsides to being melee. Now, it has its upsides, but stuff standing where you cannot attack it is not ideal. But we made do. And this is, like you mentioned earlier, a place where it's useful if you can split, because someone else could have gotten that other lever in the time that I was getting this one. I think it's swimming on both sides, isn't it? Yeah, there we go. Oh, this one's much shorter, though. And much less full of guys attacking me while I can't fight back. And I do appreciate the not getting attacked while I can't fight back. There we go. Okay. A bunch of zombies spawned that brought Reaper spawns with them. So we took care of those, which means that our action boosts are on cooldown for at least the start of this fight.
It seems some surface rabble has caught up to us, just in time to feed my little pet. With an ear-piercing shriek, the hook horror leaps.
Oh no! My action boosts, they're on cooldown. What will I do?
You idiots! Kill them!
Oh well, it is only R1.
The hook horror drops to all fours with a confused squawk. Then it collapses to the ground, dead. Fury fills the drow leader's eyes. You'll pay for hurting
That's
my
about
pet.
what I expect.
Prepare to die. The light goes out of the
Okay, so that one's a little slower, but it's still 21,000 XP. What do you mean it's locked?
Give quiet thanks
There we
as
go.
they're released.
Oh, never mind. Yeah. So far, these quests are spell DCs, heroic, very nice.
With the raiders and freed the captives. Time to leave the Underdark and return to the ruins of
So,
Myth Drannor.
yes. It looks like the quests, at least, you know, the normal, quote-unquote normal quests, are averaging about 5 minutes. And giving pretty good XP for 5-minute quests. Now, I'm pretty sure the next quest doesn't show up on the map, because it's the one that you have to, like, go out on the branch for. I don't remember exactly where it is on the map, either. Oh, a thingy.
I certainly don't miss the
Free 600 XP.
birds. I long to hear their songs again. The treasured pets before the cities fall.
We're gonna go toward the door on the map anyway, because if I can't see it from one way, I might be able to see it from the other way. West and a bit south from previous.
Streets of Myth Drannor
Oh, never mind. I was thinking of this one. I guess it was a bug that it didn't show up on the map. Because I know like the first time I went through and did these was shortly after the patch, and this door did not appear on the map. But who knows, maybe that was user error on my part.
You've been teleported to a strange new location. Based on the emblems on the wall, not to mention the rancid stench.
Alright, so I can just grab the seed and run, I think.
Something to do with Moanda, the dead god of rot.
There it
and
is.
decay. This is a seed of Moanda, seething with wild energy.
It didn't initially until you'd done it before it released. Interesting. So I suppose that means they fixed it. There's nothing to the left, but there is one to the right. Just straight up miss my big strike. It's fine. I'm not upset.
A look at the floor suggests that touching it would be a bad idea.
I'm pretty sure this... Acid... I was going to say this acid hurts enough that I don't want to walk in it, but maybe that's only if you're on higher Reaper. Tagging me for 30 every time I touch it is not amazing, but it's not going to slow me down any either. That just means I have to like go a heal once I'm done. It's like, oh no, 30. The only thing you need to avoid is like popping in and out of it, getting a bunch of triggers back to back. Excuse me. Collect the seed. Thank you. Okay. 2 seeds down. And 2 to go. And the next 2 are up ahead. I think it's 1 on each side. So, shouldn't be too hard. Just these shambling mounds. Alright. More seeds. And then we get to go do the disappointing puzzle. And I say disappointing because there's a huge puzzle that covers multiple walls. It's on the floor, it's on the walls, and the solution is just like a straight path that skips like an entire wall. I think this is the wrong way. No, it's the right way. So excuse me. I don't feel like having these guys all like shooting me while I'm trying to puzzle. There we go. Oh, you. Okay, so the problem here is that the solution here is really quite dumb. I found myself very disappointed when I solved it the first time. It's just like, that's it? There's a whole other wall we didn't use. But that's just how it goes. I'm going to ignore that chest. I don't care about it. I care about augments and named loot. And we are not going to do this the safe way. We're going to do it the fun, exciting way.
You've placed a seed of Moanda, channeling its power into the strange pod. A huge flame bursts out of the pod.
Hello.
This thing was not allowed to ripen properly. This is not Moanda, just a flailing, empty vessel.
What is that, a Plague Reaper?
Trying to revive Moanda along with
And now I'm like completely hemmed in by a bunch of stuff.
it.
Oh, and a Fear Reaper too?
Or another. Similar scheme.
I gotta say, I was not expecting the big acid cloud that made it hard for me to see. That was a little annoying. But what do we have? Yeah, another one that's 5 minutes and 21k. So they're pretty consistent about just like the XP balance in here. Which is good to know. I hadn't actually been paying attention when I'd run it before. Okay, next. West. And slightly north. I'm surprised I didn't take more fall damage there. It's not like I have a bunch of tumble skill. Alright, where are we headed?
Through the center of the ruins, dividing the eastern section of the old city from
Okay, well there's a cliff in the way, so maybe we head up to this one first. House of Song. House of Song is another one that I didn't quite understand the first time I did it. Mostly because, you know, I was just doing it blind, figuring it out as I went. And I thought that I was opening the door by going through all the back passages. But it turns out, no. No, you don't need to do any of those. All of that is optional. So you can just do a couple rooms and you're done. So here we go, House of Song. So I think it'll be over 5 minutes, just because there's not much running around to be done.
You enter the House of Song, only to find Ogma's temple is in the same state.
And also the first time I did it, I didn't notice this note here. And this note is very important.
Zelira mentioned in her note.
Incredibly important. In fact, you cannot complete the quest without looking at it.
Under a pile of rubble.
Come on.
You enter the temple's main hall. Floating spiral
Go.
staircase the House of Song was once known for.
And we want to go right side first.
From years of neglect. Beyond it,
Because this side is the side with the library, and we need to go in the library.
this note looks much more recent than anything else in the Myth Temple. Perhaps it was written by the bard you were sent to find.
Those are definitely the right notes in the right order.
Okay. 1, 2, 3. I don't know why this one is 3, 3, 3 instead of 3, 4, 5. But, I mean, it does make it easier. Maybe 3, 4, 5 was too difficult for people? I don't know.
The nearby crystal lights up.
I'm going to change my audio balance here a little bit. There we go. Hi. Stop that. You're interrupting my door opening time. Not you're a threat to my life or anything, but, you know, you're just being rude. Oh, Demon Soul. So yeah, those guys hit decently hard. Okay, off we go. Hi. Now, I'm not sure if this is the correct way to go. I think it is. I think we need one more here. And then we go downstairs to do one.
Those are definitely the right notes in the right order.
So, when I was in here at Cap recently, whenever I saw the Nothics, I switched to my Spell Absorb item. I don't know if it absorbs the Force, but I think it does. Alright. That's 2 down, 1 to go. I think 1 to go. Maybe 2 to go. As I said, I don't know these quests super well.
Those are
Karsus.
definitely the right notes in
So.
the right order.
Alright, let me read that 1 sec. Well, okay, after I'm looking at this puzzle. One, two, three. But this is definitely one that splitting is very good. Okay. Alright, so you do need 4. Alright, so let's see. Upper right with library, downstairs from library, upstairs right before library, downstairs first on the left. Yeah. So I need 1 more, which is the downstairs one, because I came upstairs first, because, well, need the library. I want to kill these guys, because otherwise they will interrupt me opening that door there. That's not what I meant to do, but... I'm gonna see if we can open it while we have a dot on us. Challenge level impossible. Alright. We need 1 more. This is definitely something that someone else in the party could have been doing, if we were not solo.
Your melody
Go.
echoes through the empty halls. When the notes fade, you think you can feel an aura of satisfaction from the House of Song itself. The way to the
All
inner
right.
temple is now open. You must have pleased Ogma.
So now
Place to live.
for the final boss. And there's also a... if I had any. Yes, exactly.
The door to the inner temple is now
This one is also a little slowed down by how long it takes after you, like, talk to someone for the quest objective to actually trigger.
The other members of my party left and never returned? I might have guessed. To be honest, I never fully believed our plan would work. The other elves will never accept us until they truly understand us. Maybe here, in the Temple of Inspiration, I can write the story of my party and why
Back
we
here.
left the Underdark. Maybe when they hear it, the others will understand. The guardian of this temple is far too strong for me to challenge on my own. But you may yet succeed in your task.
Oh no, 36 force damage.
I have no
I don't know how I will ever recover from taking 30... Or was it 36?
Feel strange sensations
We
as you
took
enter
some
the
small
temple
amount of force
temple.
damage.
The excitement of a new idea. The joy
Not a
of
big deal,
hearing
though.
A good song. A sphinx stands
Hello.
expectantly in the center of the chamber.
Hello?
So far, you have proven your wit,
Says the sphinx.
Alright, rapier.
yet are you capable of protecting
7 minutes.
the
Yeah.
mythal
So
from
as
those
predicted,
who
it
would
was
bring it
slightly
about?
longer than the others, but still not bad.
Prove yourself to me in battle.
Alright, so we have...
The sphinx
Yeah, so we're gonna
shouts,
come
a
down
voice
here, do these
booming
3, and then head up to those 2.
Ogma and I are in agreement. You are worthy of the idol.
We'll see if I can
She nods
do
towards
the
back of
time
room.
one correctly.
The door begins to open. You found the
It's not
icon
as
of
bad
choice.
solo, because
You tend to
you're
leave
left
the
with
bar
basically only
waste,
one way to go.
Smiling sadly.
The icon! Oh, it's
Which
good
one
to
is this?
actually set my eyes on it. I got so close. Go. Return to the elves. Find the mythal. You're capable adventurers.
Ah, this one, yes.
Remain here. At least until I finish my poem. If any of my party survived,
Okay, my weapon attachment did not work.
perhaps once
Try
I
that
am
again.
finished, we'll be truly accepted
There we go.
by our Seldarin kin. I think I was meant to be here.
An extra half dice on a 2d6 is, you know, good enough to be worth pausing slightly for. I don't think I need to do any of that. I think I just need to come down this way.
Hidden his phylactery in the ruins of what was once the Gem Cutters and Jewelers Guild.
Because we need to go all the way down. Wait, I think there's actually a lever in this one, right? I think this is one that has a lever in one of the shrine rooms. Right now, shrine. Okay, not this one. Well, I'll do the section that I know has levers, and then I'll come back.
A
'Cause I know there are two levers down here.
Drawing water from deep underground. The water drops as a gigantic
Here's your damage reduction.
rises to the surface.
Now reduce this.
The water weird collapses back into the water with a massive splash.
And we're off. So the split ones. So there are, so if I recall correctly, there's the one where you have the branching paths you need to pull the 4
The
levers.
lever is pulled.
And then there's the timed
Several
one.
ancient mechanisms
Like those are the 2 long ones you're referring to, right? The split one is an obvious one that would be way faster if I could split, but it also helps that I now know my way around a
With the second
little
lever
bit,
activated,
because in the
the magical
past
gate blocking
I've
off the
fallen
door
for the
to
trap they
slides
set,
open.
which is that you pull the one lever and then you take the dimension door that spawns, and it's like, haha, that was wrong. You need to actually go back to that room and go through the secret passage that opened instead. It's like, oh, thanks. But now I know better. So I don't fall for that anymore. Now, the kicker here is going to be, if I have done this wrong, and I actually did need one of those side rooms. I don't think I did, but that's another part of this whole learning and leveling process, is which of them are necessary and which are not. There we go. I thought this one was the one that you needed to go to the shrine room and pull a lever in it.
Sealing the vault door weakened.
Okay, kill those dudes. Those are not Reapers, they're just
Ripples
Wraiths.
in the water betray the presence of water elementals.
Oh, that champ hit pretty hard. And it's no longer an issue. I mean, the dot is on me, but I'm not too concerned about it. Can I? Nope.
The first signal crystal flares into life. The
Yo,
lever
got a
is
lucky
pulled.
crit. Oh, got several lucky crits. That's a good way to top back up. Just get crits. Obviously. I don't know why I didn't think of that to start with.
The sound of metal dragging on
But yeah,
stone
this quest goes much
reverberates
faster
throughout
if
the
you
vault
ignore every
as the
single
crystal
side passage.
opens.
And I didn't know until I did this run just now that you can ignore
The spirit Naga
every
uncoils
side
itself
passage.
from the throne above and begins slithering toward you. The creature hisses angrily. Those who
Okay,
come to
get the phylactery.
disturb my master's treasure
And again,
will die
another 5-minute quest for 21k.
with a final sibilant
Very
cry,
consistent.
The spirit Naga falls lifelessly to the ground. You find the phylactery
Extremely
nestled
consistent.
inside a delicate padded coffer.
We are still at rank
Now that you
78,
have
so
the
we
precious
have
phylactery,
plenty
you
of
can put a
space
stop
left.
to the Red Wizard's incursion. It's time to return to the elves' encampment to report your success.
I'm gonna go down first because after we go here, we're gonna go in an upward arc. So down we go. I will say these have been going relatively quickly, though there is still the issue of, it's like, it's a 5-minute quest. Well, how long do you have to run between them? Honestly, these couple that are close together aren't bad, but some of the runs are
Wizards from
significant.
all over the city once met
Like,
inside this hall. Here they
If you
demonstrated
didn't
new
have a
skills,
mount,
took on
I
apprentices
think
and
Myth
traded
Drannor would be bad
arcane
for
materials.
leveling, just because of the runtime it takes.
Cormandir's greatest wizards gathered here to share new spells and discuss their latest research. Yet not even the Empire's greatest wizards could
Attach
prevent
weapon.
the fall of Myth Drannor.
And buffs.
Rules are all that remain.
Welcome. In happier times, these messages would introduce you to our organization, but with the city under siege, we have different priorities. Report to the central hall immediately.
Off we go.
We'll need every wizard in the city working together to keep the invaders out.
Alright, so we just need to get each of these. The first one is around a corner, the second one is up with the Nothics, and the third one is somewhere. So this one is back around this corner, thank you. Okay, Plague Reaper down. Now there is the Displacer Beast in this room. Hello, Displacer Beast. Goodbye, Displacer Beast. And up to the Nothics.
Broken and empty. It seems the books have been swallowed by the insatiable maw of time.
Champ Nothic, stop to kill you. Some of the others we care less about. But there's a whole group up here, and we definitely want to kill that quickly. It's not like you're getting 2 or 3 shot in endgame, but they still pack a decent punch. So that's 2, and the last one is in the shrine room with the water elementals. Shrine room, water elementals. Take that down, grab the crest, and we're good to go. Now we just need to go place them. And then, just kind of go forward to the end. Now, when I initially ran this, I thought that I'd have to like backtrack to that beginning section. Turns out that is incorrect. You do not need to do that. Not at all.
That way, any might access it. All of our senior wizards
Grab
have
that,
fallen in battle.
grab this,
Of course, this
and
brings
I'll kill all these guys,
draw on
try to
the
cleave them
safe
down
hold
together
invaders at bay.
once I do the
Its
third one.
supplies there are getting low. We are almost out of spell components, and we've long since used all the walls. Of course, those are the only things available in the safe hold.
Go,
Ready
grab a
to
soul
fulfill
for
our
some
last defense
healing mana,
just yet.
and we're off.
Are in the city. Entire districts are now under their control. They were just too many. Our defenses could not hold them back. The enemy is so thick on the ground we cannot even reach
Now
the
one.
castle. So,
Left it is. Which way?
Now stand
The only
here.
way that is not
You
blocked.
hear a muffled sound off in the distance, as if a door had been blown open by the wind.
There we go. And we have a dot. Let's see if we can open the door with it ticking and doing 1 damage to us occasionally. Famine Reaper goes away. Okay. This guy is also being annoying. You have to kill him before you can trigger the find him portion.
Recently, probably by one of the creatures nearby. This must
And
be
now we just need to
the
kill a
leader of
demon.
the expedition.
And, you know, how hard could it possibly be to kill a
Never
demon?
found the icon of the elves.
Now, hopefully he doesn't teleport around,
Flickers in the center of the chamber. Perhaps it leads to the
because that would be annoying for me.
where the wizards
Where have you
kept
gone?
their greatest
There you are.
secrets.
Come back here.
I'm going to the safe hold. We're almost out of food, so we've decided to bring forward
Really?
our last
Power Word
defense.
Stun lands?
Yet the risks are great. I can only pray to the gods that I will not be our undoing.
There we go.
The safe hold is where
Once
the
again,
wizards kept their last
5 minutes, 21k.
whatever that last defense
So,
might have been.
It turns
failed
out
to keep the invaders
that
out of the city.
I just wasn't paying
Seems
attention.
the wizard's final defense was
That
a
these are
powerful
all
summoned
very well defined for how much XP they give.
that they could not control.
The summoning was a success. Now to proceed to the binding. I'm certain the spell the demon
Now
worked. It's
we head basically due north.
It's free!
This statuette is the
And of course, the DM is still talking when things are already dead. Typical DM maneuver.
One of the 3 items related to control of the mythal.
Alright, here we go. I think this is the road we wanted. So, let's see. We have the time one, we have the one with the 4 gems, and... let's see, which one is this one again?
Castle Cormanthor overlooks the ruins, strangely
So cute.
untouched.
Oh,
by
this
the
one,
passage of
where we
time.
have to follow the dude in the beginning.
Its
Okay.
pristine state is due to the power. You pause for a moment, fascinated.
And then we
by
have to
what
find
you
the
see.
crests.
Protective
I have not found a
enchantments have
good
kept
way
Castle
to do
Cormanthor
this yet.
completely pristine.
Like, I've tried to
Just as it
target
was
them
before
through the
city fell.
walls, and it
This
hasn't
is no
worked
time for
consistently for
reflection.
me.
The Lich leading the Red Wizard expedition is somewhere in the depths of this castle. You must stop the Thayans
So we might
before
just
they can
be
gain control
checking
of the
manually
myth.
until we find it.
3
So
empty
how fast this one
candles
goes
set into an alcove
depends on how lucky
overlook
we get.
this massive hall.
Which of course makes it
Hall
another
feels
great candidate for
hollow
splitting.
and empty,
But
despite all the
we
trappings.
will not be splitting, we'll just be doing what we can.
Several angry devils step through the portal as you approach.
Get back here. It is handy being able to crit them so they can't just go invisible on you. Then you have to like wait for them to reappear.
The devil starts to fade the moment
Now,
it
when I
falls,
soloed this one,
showing that it was
I was
summoned
looking
by
all
the
over for the 3rd crest until I came back here and it's like, oh, you only really need to find 2 quests. Also, you need to talk to him.
Ildranath sighs as he gets to work.
The first
He'll
crest
prevent the
is
Red
always
Wizards from
in that
accessing
room.
the power of the Mythil
So I was looking
while
around
you
everywhere. I was in the
find and
optional
defeat
areas,
the
like,
Lich.
where is this 3rd crest? Well, the 3rd crest is actually the first crest, and it was given to me, but I did not see it. Okay, so first things first, I guess we'll check these. They're right here, might as well. Go. So I'm pretty sure I can check for the crest by targeting once I'm inside. I just can't do it from here. Yoink. Just gonna occasionally do a little roll. Hello. Oh, remnant chest. Then I'm being stopped from opening by a damage over time spell. Very unfortunate. Do. And oh. Soul of Cruelty. 10-second dot. Fortunately, I have enough resist that does not stop me from opening the door. So that's nice. That's Carnage. Ad starts in 3 minutes. I won't finish this in 3 minutes. Oh look, a crest. I think I'm just gonna run that ad now while I'm wandering around. so you can be back in time for the fight. So I will see you on the other side of this ad. Hi. There we go. And we give ourselves a little bit of healing on the way, because we have a ways to run, because we have to go all the way around to the other side. Now, granted, we don't have to run the whole way up there, because we can just cut across this way. But, you know, we still have to come all the way down over here. So, let us see. Just gotta get the angle just right so that the strike through works. Because they were a little too far apart from each other. It's kind of interesting that I haven't run into any of the rare spawns yet either. You know, experiments 1, 2, and 3. Because I thought I would have seen them by doing this targeting, just because I would have seen the chests that they come with. Not this chest, of course. This is a remnant chest. But, you know, the other ones. It'll be very unfortunate if the crest isn't in here and I have to go back and recheck everything else. Well, this at least has the rare spawn. Or not rare spawn. They spawn every time, but I think the location can be different. Okay, we grab this. Ah, yep, and there's the crest. Excellent. Crest. And people are back from ads. Just in time, we found the second crest. So we can head on down to the lower level, where we need to find, once again, more crests. So many crests.
Three empty sockets.
You know, I've always gone through the secret passage. I hadn't even realized that you could jump that until just now. It's like, obviously, there's a secret passage here that you walk through. That's how you get there. I just assumed that it was a low difficulty hidden wall, so that because the quest required it, it was easy for you to, well, see.
Like stars reflect in the ancient stone of this cavern.
Hi.
The floors are worn smooth by centuries.
Get back here. Ping me 400. Well, technically like 90, but you know. Don't see anything behind that door. Or that door. There's experiment 3. And that chest. I don't think there's anything good in these optional chests. Like, I don't think there's named loot in it, but let me open them just in case. I would say it's, you know, crafting fodder, but I stopped disenchanting stuff for crafting mats a long time ago. Mostly because I just never end up using crafting. There's a crest in here. What kind of enemies are in here?
Caskets fill the many niches set into the walls of this chamber.
None? I thought each one of these rooms had a different kind of enemy in it. Okay. Now we need to find the other crest. Is it in here in the shrine room?
A gentle breeze and the faint tinkle of bells suggest that the boundary between this realm and the Feywild is thin in this location. This might be a good place to rest.
Alright, which places haven't I gone? Okay, we're just gonna start opening doors. Because apparently I just can't see the crest. Well, I can't see one of them, of course. I found one of them. Upstairs you can't, sadly. I did manage to see it. You have to enter the room, but you don't have to enter the side rooms. So you can see it from the middle hallway into the side rooms. But you do have to open the doors. I did find that out. My music has gone away again. I always mess up on when I try to time my action boosts on this. Now, it's not actually a big deal here as the paladin, because action boosts activate basically immediately. But for something like No Holds Barred, that takes a bit of wind-up time, it can be a little hard to be like, alright, when is he going to be done talking again?
Don't think you're capable of stopping me. You face a lich, and not just a...
Along with the Asmar pack, yeah.
Soon the power of the Myth will be mine.
This.
What do you think you could do?
Alright, so that's 35 in 11 minutes. So, slightly less efficient, but... Oh, the draining mouths have spawned.
Necromantic energies fill the chamber. Undead appear. Your last blow slams the gaunt form of the lich across the floor.
Slightly less efficient than all the 5-minute ones, but not bad.
You only delay the
I mean, and I did get a little bit of experience for slaying experiments 2 and 3.
My phylactery! No! The phylactery smokes and cracks as you lay it on the altar.
Now for the long ones.
A short-lived scream fills your mind.
Hopefully I can get them in like under 20.
Crumbles to dust. My soul is bound to my phylactery. In time, my body will reform. Without my phylactery, you are powerless. Why would you even
this way.
come here if you... The voice stops suddenly as the Zulkir realizes what's going on. You've destroyed the Red Wizard's plan.
Alright, we're gonna go around the edge of this crater.
To rebuild their ruined city. But Fae is powerful.
But yeah, so I just want to hit those 2, and I think those are the last 2. And then, let's see. Alright, yeah, we won't be overcapped on XP. I will say this has gone smoother than I expected. I think I was underestimating my knowledge of these quests. Mostly because the first time I came through here, I was kind of wandering around doing everything. And I still don't properly know, like, what strictly is required versus not required. But I've made several lucky guesses so far. It's like, I think this is required. I think that isn't required. And so far, it has mostly worked out for me.
The only wisps of light trailing in from a few flanking windows. You have come here looking for the entrance to Ildrinath's tomb, where the key to the Mythal is said to be
this. Lever.
You find a small lever.
And we'll finish our buffs and then we'll move on.
Pulling it reveals a stairwell hidden beneath the floor.
Okay, so we can't go both ways at once, but we can do our as best we can.
Into a massive chamber.
And at the very least, they do tend to give dimension doors at the end to help you get back a little faster.
The tiles creak beneath your feet. Your breath plumes around you.
It is a little annoying that they have so many like ranged guys, so I can't group them up as well, but that's just the nature of the beast.
They slowly awaken at your presence.
Ah, right. Never mind. That's the optional.
Of glowing orbs against the wall in this room.
You know, I've tried to solve that one by like following the rules and how the game is played, but I think it's a color contrast issue. I can't see the difference in the orbs Not like the different colored ones. Like the different colored 1 through 6 ones are easy. But the answer ones, like, they have 3 different tones, but they're very close to each other. Okay, come on. Yep. Isn't there supposed to be a... There you are. Okay. I think this is the way back, not the way forward. So we'll have to backtrack a little bit here. Yeah. Unless I can open this? I cannot. Okay. That's fine. It's not a very long backtrack.
Sections of the floor in this chamber have crumbled, leaving only thin walkways for you to step across.
Do you mind? Also, there's a champ in here somewhere. I think. Either that or they were standing in a special field, which is also possible. Is it just 2? Or is there one down below? I always forget. No, 2 is enough. Hello, Carnage Reaper. Okay, let's see. This is correct. This is correct. This goes this way, then this goes this way. That shouldn't go that way. There we go. This is fine. This is fine. This goes this way. We want this one and not this one. So this actually has to go up and around, which is not a problem. We can make it go up and around. Helps if we do that one up and around. And that way, that will link it. This will link it. Everything will link it. That's still good. I think we got all of them.
With all the rooms lit,
We did get all of them.
opens in the side of the room. You hear the click of the door ahead.
I forget, because this is one of the things I've made the mistake about in the past. Is this... Okay, this one, the secret passage, is just the shrine room. It's the other side where the secret passage that opens has the lever in it. Because one of them does and one of them doesn't. This one has the main room. And we can go forward, and we go back, and we go forward and back. Famine Reaper.
Defending the lever on the back wall.
I'm not going to stand in that. I don't know how hard it hits, but it's very easy for me to simply not get hit by it. I will say, wisps are way easier to deal with as melee. Well, particularly they're easy to deal with as a paladin, because among the things I'm immune to as a paladin is fear. And wisps will cast fear. So we're immune to that. So they can, you know, try as hard as they can. It will not affect me. And now we go this way. And I'm pretty sure I need to kill these before that Passive Grace stops being on fire. There it is. Alright, so we have 1 out of 4 down. This is another one where, unfortunately, the map is not as useful as it could otherwise be because of the problem with, well...
On the back wall, you see a large purple crystal
With verticality, you can't really see where you are on the map because there are different floors. Alright, so lever number 2.
The mummy moans mournfully.
Does this one give me a D door? Is it over here in the side passage?
You pull the lever. The purple crystal lights up, emitting a soft
ladder.
glow in the darkness.
I don't think I've gone up this ladder before. Quick return lever. Quick return lever. Very good. I mean, it's not a D door, but it's better than nothing, I suppose. Yeah, going back this way. Oh no, fire! Oh god, the flames! Oh no, oh. Am I convincing? I wouldn't want to insult the designer of all these traps. Make him feel like his hard work was for nothing. Gotta flatter the ego a bit, otherwise they might try to make worse traps. And that's no fun for anyone. Oh, that's how I recharge smite charges. I forgot about that effect. It's this. Holy Retribution gives smite charges back. I forgot that was a thing. Okay, here we go. Fire gates down. Once again, we are very scared of this trap that we're just going to run straight through, because it is, quite frankly, not scary at all. Oh, good. Kill you, kill you. Yeah, we'll just open this. Excuse me. Thank you. You know, I have Turn Undead. I don't think it'll work here because I haven't put any enhancements into it, but I mean, it might be worth trying. Let's pull it out and just see. Racial, special feats, combat styles, defensive feats, favor rewards, martial feats, paladin class feats. Turn Undead.
Elegant elven figures dance atop
Let us see if it works on
dim
anything.
hallway.
I doubt it will, but
You open the door into a room
okay.
where more orbs
This is one of those standard, like,
emitting beams of electricity that
this lever does these two, this lever does that one, this lever does this one does that, those two. In this case, the answer is just pull the ones on the right. No turnable targets in range. What, are they all higher level than me? Well, that's what happens. Wait. Here we go. Seek Eternal Rest. Surely I'll be able to turn things now.
defending the lever on the back wall. It sees you.
Well, I did turn him. He wasn't destroyed, but he was stunned. So that's something.
By a door on the side of this chamber.
Not that I really needed it, but, you know, it's still something.
As you pull this lever, the
Okay,
red
now this is where I made the mistake. If you backtrack to the shrine room there, there's a portal, like a dimension door. And if you take it, it takes you back to the beginning. But you don't want to go back to the beginning. You want to go this way, because you need to go this way to pull the last lever. Here we go.
You find a hidden lever alongside these shrines, unlocking a passage filled with murky water.
So I'm pretty sure there's a dimension door there. I could be wrong, but then again I could be right. So we're just going to double check ourselves. I wouldn't want to mislead anyone with things I am wrong about.
A signal crystal.
Oh, look,
is
D-door.
embedded in the wall above this door.
Where exactly does it take me though?
You found a dimension
Oh.
door. It will return you to the entrance
See?
of the
See,
tomb
this is what I
once
did
you've
before.
finished
I
exploring
pulled a
this
lever,
way.
but it was the wrong lever. It was a lever to open a door, not the lever to do the crystal. So now we get to go back this way again. Because we were dumb. And we didn't check that the lever we were pulling was a crystal lever, not a door lever. So now we get to run some more. And regret our choices. I was like, wait a second, this looks like a trap. And it was. Fortunately, I think that door is locked until you pull that lever. Yes, this is the one with the gargoyles. Of course, how could I even think to take the D door before I'd fought the gargoyles?
A group of gargoyles perches on a ledge in this wide room. You spy a large
Hello.
crystal on the wall. It matches the one on the gigantic door at the tomb's entrance. The gargoyles rouse from their slumber and lunge towards you. The gargoyle
Shall we?
shrieks
There we
in
go.
pain as it crumbles at your feet. You pull
Right.
the lever.
No D doors in
setting the
here.
crystal alight. Now that you've lit both crystals,
The question is,
large
which
door
is
at
the
the
faster way to
entrance
get
tomb
back?
should be unlocked.
So we can either take the dimension door here. I think that is the faster way back. Because the other way is... I think they're about the same, actually. But we'll do this one just because I feel like I should do it to be right. Like, you can take this path. It is fine.
You return to the front hall. The giant
Some of
door
our
has
buffs
been
are
opened,
starting to
revealing
run
a
out
stairwell
because this is a
leading
longer
deeper
quest
into
and
the
we might need to
tomb.
recast.
You emerge into a
Oh, we
dark
definitely will need to
hallway.
recast. This is the one where you need to place all the
Three
icons,
guardians stand at attention.
which is not hard. It's just there's a decent amount of running around that needs to be done,
The decrepit
especially because this is yet another
walls
place that
chamber
it's good to
blend
split
into the rough
because
cave stone. A large plaque leans against
there
the
you got to
back
place
wall.
all three.
There are 3 locations in the tomb where you can place the icon of the elves, the icon of the humans, and the
I think this
icon
is
of
an
the
optional.
dwarves. 2 passages to the left and right rumble.
And it is.
You walk into an ambush of angry monsters. The demon and its fellow
It's fine.
intruders fall to the ground.
Again, if we care about XP per minute, open door, kill 3 guys for 2,000. That's a pretty good rate. I mean, even if it's not good for the what? I was gonna say XP, but that's not what I mean. The loot. Even if the chest doesn't drop anything good, it's like, well, it's still 2,000 XP. Really easy XP too. Unless, of course, you're a class that has a trouble dealing with those demons, like
Feeling a room
you, for some reason, only do lightning damage, and they're immune to
A
lightning.
pedestal stands before the entrance to a cave. A group of etiquettes lunges at you.
Oh
You
no,
place
they
the
lunged
icon
at
of the
me.
Humans on the pedestal. You notice its
Okay.
eyes flash briefly before returning to normal stare.
Excuse me, I'm trying to open a door here. Very rude of you to interrupt me while I'm trying to buff and open doors. So, alright, we recast all this. And this is why I wasn't too worried about having low wisdom, because I have low wisdom, so I don't have as many, like, spell points as I could otherwise. But I only use them for buffs. And even if I'm running with a caster, the caster isn't going to get mad at me for taking, like, 1 soul for the entire duration of the dungeon if I need to do rebuffs and we don't have a shrine readily available. This is particularly true in epics, where it's just like, oh no, we we need to rebuff. I'm sorry, let me grab this one soul that'll give me like 300 mana. Which, for a caster, is good, but they can burn through that real quick if they've got a bunch of meta magics on. Whereas, for someone who's just doing buffs, that's like 2 rounds of buffs right there. Excuse me, could you stop putting dots on me? You're gonna make it annoying for me to open this door. Okay. And yes, I know that I skipped by one and went here instead. That's fine, because that's the way forward. So it was gonna have... We would have to run back there anyway, so I just left it for last.
You place the icon of the dwarves,
which is why it's easy to split on this one. Someone goes left, someone goes right, and then you meet in the middle for the third one. And I do like how they put the collectibles right by them, so you like have to walk up. It's like, excuse me, notice this please. Notice what? This! Oh, okay.
You spy a locked
I have noticed.
on the back of the room. You set the icon of the elves
Up we
atop the
go.
pedestal. Its eyes flash white for a moment before dimming.
And this is boss
Now
room?
that you have placed all the
Explore the
icons,
clearing.
you
I think
must
it's this way,
plunge
not to the left.
deeper
I
into
think
the
it's straight
room.
ahead.
You emerge into a calm clearing. Forest animals have taken up residence here. They graze and doze in its lush corners. You see 2 passages. One
Touch
to
it.
your left, the other straight ahead. This room is the heart of the tomb, where the key to the middle is rumored to be hidden. Before you is a strange magic device. They must have been waiting here, undiscovered for centuries. A wild bear runs out of the room, startled by your intrusion.
Oh no,
That's
we're frozen.
strange. You sense a faint drift
Alright.
of power.
And now we get to wait for him to talk for like a minute or two.
Could this be the key to the mythal? Something happens when you touch the artifact. The room shakes.
But yeah, that one went pretty smoothly
Against the
because,
walls rumble.
well, we did get lost a little bit,
Stone
but it's fine.
scrapes against
The next
stone
one
as
is where we have the
statues
potential
take
to
their
get
first
lost
steps.
a lot of bit,
Their unseen
but it
faces
shouldn't be
turn
too big of a
to
problem if we're
ready
alone.
to strike.
The biggest problem is that
Statues break apart.
I'm not
Once
the
again,
person in the
just
lead.
mounds of
Because if you're the person in the lead, it's easier to tell the difference between doors that have been opened yet and doors that have not been opened
The
yet.
one in the middle of the formation
As in doors you need to open soon,
Just as I
and doors you
anticipated.
have already
I
opened.
knew that following you into this tomb,
And unfortunately, if someone else has opened the new door and gone through it, and you walk up,
The figure
and there's the old door
smiles
open,
widely,
and there's the new door open,
teeth protruding from
and
his
you don't know your way
desiccated
around and which step of the quest you're on as it weaves back in around itself,
into their trap,
you can go in circles pretty easily.
but you were able to overcome the statue's power.
I didn't realize this is a full like minute and a half dialogue, because the Frozen in Time
The strange
debuff lasts over a minute.
is a strange
Oh, never mind, it gets cleared early.
sound.
Okay,
If
we
his
made it
voice is
under
being
20
worn
minutes.
down over
So,
centuries
instead of 21 in 5 minutes, it's 42 in 20.
Zulkir of
So,
Thay.
half as good as XP as the normal, but, you know. Alright, what did we get? We got an armor with accuracy, deadly, and quality accuracy.
Once I harness the Mythil's
Hmm,
power, I will
okay.
be unstoppable.
He chokes on his own laugh.
I have no use for dolts such as yourselves. so
Yeah, if the team splits, it'll probably be
demise should we meet again.
not quite half, because there is overlap, but, you know, instead of 20, it'll be, you know, like 12.
You find yourself back at the entrance to Ildranath's tomb. On the surface, you think about what the Zulkir said.
And now for the last
No
one,
matter of time
which I'm
before
hoping
Wizard's forces overtake Myth Drannor.
that if I get it just right,
Even more
I might be able to get
chaos
under
and
20 as well.
destruction to this land. For now, you must return to the elves.
But it's more likely it'll be
You
like
must find a way to
25-ish.
thwart Thay's assault. This city will not fall yet again. You will make sure of that.
The strange note you found in the burial glen has led you here, to the temple of Labalus Enereth, resting place of Myth Drannor's elusive god of time. Here, you should be able to uncover the secret
Okay.
of the key to the myth.
Time.
You see a plaque against the wall. Reading it will be the first step on your
Alright.
journey.
And after we climb this, we
Up
will
the
buff.
box of artifacts, certain that you will need them later in your journey. The plaque states that to receive the blessing of the Time God,
Oh, this.
you must stand before the altar and pray for assistance. You feel a rush of power as you pray at the altar.
14 to 20 x4. Very nice.
Through which you catch a glimpse of something that should not be possible. An intact city, untouched by ruin.
Okay.
Stepping through the time rift.
So I forget if you need to talk to like everyone or if you just need to rush to the end and talk to the one dude.
Centuries ago, before the city fell. Now that you are in the past, you should be able to learn more from the mages themselves. Your destination
that's the
is
shortcut.
Mythal Consortium,
This is
located
the correct
across the
way.
street. This is the city in its original
And you might say like, why is the shortcut not the correct way? Because that is the shortcut that you can open from the other side. Oh, it is just this specific one? Okay.
Straight ahead. The Mythal Consortium. You enter the Mythal Consortium. People gather in circles,
Ah, yes.
talking in the
It also doesn't help that the doors you can open and the doors you can't open are identical. Or at least they look identical. Until you mouse over them and then some highlight and some don't. Alright.
This person wasn't able to help with your search.
So we go through the door. We turn left, I think?
A rift appeared. After stepping through the rift, you find yourself back in the present. The Consortium has fallen into a state of decay. Crumbling walls and echoing halls surround you.
This
door is locked
was the
from
wrong way.
outside.
The answer was to turn right. This is what I get for being an ambi-turner. Right, turn right. Of course, if someone else already turned right. Right now.
You see the remains of what must have been stairs up to the upper level of the Consortium. You'll need to find another way upstairs.
Okay, so now we need to find a way to the second floor. Do this door. I fear that I am in another... Oh no, there it is. This is the correct way because we have the lever on the wall.
You hear a grinding of stones in the distance.
Yep, that's what I thought. Talk to her to open something.
This locked door is marked by a dim
Okay,
blue.
so now we are in the area with the stuff.
This door
crystals.
needs to be unlocked with a silver key.
Alright. We have once again taken the wrong route. All of these are like locked and closed and things. So it's good that we talked to her, but we do still need to go this way. No? I missed the door then. Because we came through there, then we come through here.
The high mages who
There we
lead the
go.
Mythal Consortium are
There's the
involved
guy
in
to talk
some
to.
sort of secret
Talk to
ritual.
there.
That must be the
We'll go
reason why
to
you would
the
put
one
this
side that is
symbol
already
in their
open.
tower. A secret passage has opened up in this
And into
chamber.
this rift. And I think we skip that rift and go this way. If you could, not do that, I would appreciate it. Thank you. Okay. So we do that. We come through here. Then we come in here. Talk to you. This door opens. This has a key in it. Yes. Jeweled key. Through here. Check the map. Iron door. Silver door. Jeweled door? If I could get a crit, please. And thank you. There we go. Yep, there's the jeweled door. And down we go. Now this section is not as maze-like as inside the house. Bowman gets to be killed eventually, because that's how we open the door, which is locked. It opens both sides, one of which is locked. My odds of completing this quest swiftly are swiftly declining. That's just a shrine room. This has the silver key.
You pick
Good.
up a silver key.
And then we go this way, because it's the way we haven't gone yet. We have googly eyes on the door.
A portal has opened, allowing a horde of demons to enter.
There we go.
The last demon withers
No
away.
demons.
You
Rift.
enter an empty underground chamber.
Alright.
The sound
So
of
we
your
now have
voice
the silver
echoes
key
across
and the
the
blue
high
crystal
halls.
lit.
You pull the lever, setting the blue crystal alight.
So we can now go back from whence we came. I think through there is an optional, so we'll see how long that optional takes. If it's like the others and it's like spend 10 seconds to get a couple thousand XP, oh no, that's just a chest. I was thinking of the Dryad optional. And that is not the Dryad optional. I still don't understand the Dryad optional in here. It's like, if you water the tree, the Dryad will be angry at you. Now, I realize that that's not actually how it works. How it actually works is, if you water the tree, the Dryad will exist, and the Dryad will be mad at you because you're not a Dryad,
You
basically.
find yourself in an empty courtyard. Just ahead, you spy a small withered sapling. You drizzle water over the tree. You wonder how tall it will eventually become in Myth
How much
Drannor's
XP was that?
present day.
Yeah,
Before you stand
2K.
the Dryad, presumably grown from the sapling
I'll take a
you
quick
watered
2K
in the
XP,
past. The Dryad
and then we go
grows
back.
in a pile of leaves.
because it is an optional. I don't believe that it impacts whether or not we can... like, I don't think we need to do that to get a passage to the other timeline. Alright, so. There we go. We pull this lever, we are in here. We can go this way. Which brings us back to this hallway.
This door is marked with a sign that says, "To the courtyard."
This door is locked. That's the iron key
But
door?
an iron key should open it.
I have the silver key, which is that way. Also through the blue gem door. Silver key.
You unlock the door. In your present, there was nothing in this room but a jumble of bricks. But here,
Okay,
in the
here we go.
past,
Upstairs.
you find an intact
I think this is where I got lost when we were at Cap. I think I saw the door and I unlocked the door and I didn't see the stairwell there. All right, so we now have no keys and no levers pulled. So we have yellow, we have green.
Two guards stand in front of this door. There are three
And
other locked
the only way
doors
forward
in
is through the
this
rift.
hallway. One is marked with
And
a
we can go
yellow
this way.
crystal. Another is marked by a green
All right,
one.
and there's nowhere to
This
go
door
here
requires
but a gold key door. All right, and then the only thing that we're going to do here is we're going to find a way to the past. After we kill those, yep, here it is. And we continue left, I believe, now that we're in the past. No, we're not going to eat a full 10-second symbol of stunning. Anything else in here besides the rift? No? Okay. Through the rift. Where is the... Here we go. Here's the ladder. It's like, I thought there was a ladder here. Go. Kill them, grab a collectible, refresh the shortest buffs. I think the green lever is in this room.
A mass of tiles falls over the floor
puzzle.
in this room.
Sure. See if we can't solve this puzzle. It's not one I know, so it might be a little bit slower than usual. Nope. That was already in the correct position. I have messed it up. This needs that in that position. Okay, yeah, it should be this way.
The last room lights up, and you hear a click. It must be the lever on the back wall unlocking. You pull the lever, and the
I think I go
yellow
back
crystal
down
lights
since
up.
I climbed up on the other side of the timeline. Didn't I? Okay. In any case, we can now go back to where we were. That had the green door. That is our next stop, which is on the other side. Rift. Yellow. Sorry, my mistake. We did yellow, not green. And we have an ad starting, so we might take a break here in a second. All right. So oh, good to know that it's do not need the lever door, it's trapped. Right. I'm gonna, for anyone who is not seeing ads right now, I'm gonna quick grab myself a drink refill in this 1 minute break we have, and I'll be right back. That's right. It's easy to get a drink refill when you are drinking tap water. Okay. Now where were we? Alright, we just killed some dudes. But we haven't gone this way yet, so we're about to go this way. And we take some damage, but it's no big deal. What's around this corner? Nothing in this side of the timeline, but in the other side of the timeline, it's where the lever is, I believe.
You find some shield guardians guarding a lever against the wall. They lunge forward as you approach.
Go. There's the green one.
You pull the lever marked with a green crystal, unlocking another door in the hallway.
Okay. And we can't go back there, so we have to go do our time jumping thing again. Alright, jump through time here. Jump through time here. What is this? That's the gold key door. Which is good because that is also, we're headed for this that we just opened. And we need to rebuff, which means we've been in here 15 minutes. So odds of being sub 20 are low, even though we did take a little bit of a break during the ads. But we still have hope for maybe sub 25. Now this one, unlike the others, there's not really a lot you can do to split here. Oh, welcome Tolsamar. It appears that you ended before me tonight. And there's no conflicts of who's raiding who. So, welcome everyone. I'm trying. As the stream title states, we're trying to test Myth Drannor for if it's worthwhile as a way to level. And so far, it's been pretty decent. Most of the quests are all exactly the same as far as XP goes. Ah, last night was an exception, I see. I wasn't planning on streaming tonight at all, and then I decided, you know what, I feel like it. So I did. But yeah, so most of the quests in here are actually almost identical. They give 21,000 XP, and they take 5 minutes. And I mean, they give the exact same amount of XP, and the time it took me to finish them was very consistent, like 4 minutes, 50 seconds. 5 minutes, 5 seconds. Like 4 minutes, 55 seconds. It's like, it's all right at 5 minutes. So it's just like, ah, I see. Most of them are tuned the same. Let's see, the House of Song was a little slower. Let's see, this is the gold key door, right? Yes. House of Song was slightly slower, and of course, these two up here are the long ones. I did do the one that you can normally split on, where you have to do the 4 different things. Where's the note? There it is. And the iron key. Excellent. And then I just have to go back through this. But yes, so let's see. Where am I going? Gold key door, iron key door. Yeah, that's back the other way and back downstairs. So yes, my hope was to get this in under 20 minutes. That hope has been crushed. Oh yes, go ahead, lurk. I know just, right after stream is a good time to maybe eat or go to bed or many of those other things that you put off and don't do while streaming. So thank you for the lurk. Thank you for bringing all your folks over. And we'll see if we can't show them a little bit of Myth Drannor here. We are playing a blade-forged paladin, so it's pretty bog standard, not a super complex build to maybe explain this time. Not particularly enlightening, no multi-classing, no crazy stuff going on. Just holy dude with a big sword. Well, okay, holy robot with a big sword, but close enough. Robots can be dudes. Alright, need to talk to her the correct number of times.
3 mages stand before a ritual circle. 2 turn to confront you, but the 3rd holds up her.
Basically, you just need to keep talking to people until everything lights on fire. There we go.
Tell me,
That is
have you come here?
the key here. If you stop and wait for the ritual to complete, and all this stuff isn't on fire, you have not talked to enough people yet, and the ritual will not even start, let alone complete.
All to protect his great power. The power to control the mythal.
To think that an adventurer from a ruined future would find their way to us centuries before everything fell apart. If what you say is
fixed the
true,
dog camera.
the fate of our city hangs in the balance.
So
We owe it a chance at a new
we now need to go back to the
Lord
present.
Goldleaf nods his head, fidgeting. The only way you could have that ring is if I gave it to you
Okay.
myself. There is no other explanation.
Now we just get to wait again,
Very
I think.
well. I shall believe your theory.
Nope, need to talk to her
Lady
twice.
Ethel narrows her eyes.
See,
Oh,
I almost made the same mistake of talking to her once and
But should
not
you get in
talking to
our
her
way,
until everything
I
got set
will not
on
hesitate
fire.
to force you out of here
Always
myself.
make sure everything's on fire.
Turns her attention to the other mages.
Fellow
Alright, so yeah,
casters,
it was
we have
2k for
heard
fighting
their
the druid.
tale. What do
Or
you
dryad,
say?
not
Should we
druid.
let them stay?
You might think they're similar because they're
The other
both natural,
mages
but
nod. She turns
no
to
such
you.
luck. Oh, I am going to overcap in here, so however much XP it was supposed to give, it will only be giving me 23k. Oops.
The mages
Because it's
begin
probably
chanting
supposed to
in
give like 40
Elvish.
something.
The Stringy shouts,
Under the legacy of Myth Drannor, we forge the key to the mythal. Let us weave
So
his
what have we
soul
learned? We have
into the
learned
mythal's
that
core.
a full clear of Giant Hold
"With the
and Myth
ritual
Drannor
complete, Sir
will
Ildranath
put
can now
you at
control the
almost
mythal,
exactly
sacrificing his
2 full
freedom
levels
for power's sake.
if you've just started your Iconic.
He will rest in stasis in Ildranath's tomb until the time comes when the city needs his help. You have returned to the present.
Rift
To
in
your
time,
surprise,
through the dimension
the
door.
Stringy is waiting for you. She beckons you over.
Here we are once again.
And
Despite the centuries
return
I've
to the
spent
present.
wandering this city, I never forget a promise.
Now we
We
return to
don't
the
have a
yeah,
lot of
it only
time.
gave me
We
22
must
because we're
complete
capped.
the
It should have
reversal
given me
ritual now
44,
before the red
and it took
wizards
us
swallow
22
the
minutes.
city whole.
So,
The
not
door
amazing,
swings
but
open,
not terrible.
and in
It's
walks
very, very
Ildranath
slow if you've
in
never done it
battle.
before, but if you
He
have,
must have followed you
not
through
bad.
the ruins of the Mythal Consortium.
So
The
now
floor
we can
trembles
take,
as she shouts in
well, we can
ancient
basically
Elvish.
take 17
Let
if we
Myth
wanted to just head
Drannor
straight into
guide
Sharn.
us once again. Key to the mythal, return to us once more.
You and the Stringy complete the reversal ritual.
Do we want to head straight to Sharn?
And Sir
Depends. Are there
Ildranath
groups?
returns
There's a
to
Giant
his
Hold
own
group, but we already did Giant
Now
Hold.
that Sir Ildranath has returned to his original form,
There's a
he can
Servants
use
group
his
up, but we
power
haven't
to
done
help
Lords of
defeat
Dust.
The Red Wizards. Soon they will be driven from the city. A
Alright,
large
so
and quite unusual
we
dragon
kind of screwed ourselves out of
in the center of the ruined
about
courtyard.
20k experience, but
Moves to defend
oh
its
well.
resting place the instant it senses
It was
your
in the
presence.
course of
The
experimenting, so we're
dragon
fine with
lets out
it.
an
More strength.
ear-splitting roar as it meets its demise. You see that a time rift has
More
opened
balance,
behind it.
intimidate,
A dimension
sure, why
door
not?
has appeared in the courtyard.
And more action
You
points.
return to the temple.
Now, we
Having
could
completed your mission, you can go back to the present
say,
and commit to
okay,
your goal
I want to
of
put
defeating
into
the Red
falconry
Wizard.
just for sprint boost, because I want to run
Step
fast.
into the rift and
Or
return
we
to the
could
ruined
do something a
present.
little more reasonable.
Yet, a feeling of peace
Then again, that is
still
pretty
radiates in
reasonable,
the space,
but
as if Labalus
I think
Emerith
for right
himself
now,
was
we're going to put a
congratulating
point
you
here
on
for
a job
strength,
well done.
and we're going to
After
get
your
2 points
adventure
here
in
for
the
5
past,
double strike,
you have finally obtained the
and
knowledge you sought. You have found
screw
the
it.
key to
Then
the
we'll
mythal
put,
and gained his cooperation in the struggle to come.
except this is
Time
like
to
not much
prepare
for
for
each
your
core,
final
right?
confrontation
Yeah,
with
2
Lord
fortification
Abel
per
and
core.
his army
I don't
of
care
red
about this.
wizards.
So we could get more, let's see, 2% fortification? 25% fortification. We'll just drop a point in falconry just because. Next level we can get sprint boost. And we'll pull a raven out. We'll take this over here because it's actually a buff, not an aura. And we'll summon our raven. And then, now that we took our level, let's check this saga. Okay. I don't think that's useful in heroic. Because, well, I don't know. Because chances of hitting MRR cap are much lower in heroic than they are in epic. But also, it doesn't matter as much. Like, obviously, I would be overcapped if I were in robes, but not by much. So it might matter for a Sacred Fist. Yeah, screw it. XP is easy enough to get. We'll take the rare augment. Even if it does mean we have to run an extra like 2 quests at some point. Alright, back to Gatekeeper's Grove. And now we need to figure out where to go next. So, Servants I'm not flagged for. Giant Hold I did yesterday. So it's up to us to do what we want to do. So let's take a look at what our options are. So we want 14s, since we're now 16. So we could go for the Rage Chain. We could go for the Lost Gatekeeper's Chain. We could go for Necro 4. I don't really want to solo Necro 4. That between like having to hit the 5 runes and then having to do Inferno, it's just not great. So we could do Rage, or we could just skip straight to Sharn. Let's do a smorgasbord, shall we? I'm going to head to Grim and Barrett. Now, it's probably a bad idea, because my music stopped.
Looking into cult activity in the area.
No, it's probably a bad idea, because I don't have VR bypass for these guys. I have adamantine bypass, but not like silver or cold iron or good or bad or anything like that. So, in theory, it's a bad idea. But, you know, it's gonna work out just fine. I was actually surprised that I managed a 22-minute time with all the, like, getting lost I did. But okay. We'll hit Grim and Barrett. We'll hit Subversion. I don't think we'll do, the multiplying dude one. But, you know, don't have to do all of them. I think I'll just do this, and I'll do Subversion, and then I will do Age of Rage? Yeah, Age of Rage. Oh, I forgot. Decent monster manual stuff for killing Abishai when I haven't killed any Abishai yet this life. Oh look, a Fear Reaper. Oh good, and we killed the blue ones before they went invisible to be annoying.
A thunderous roar can be heard down the hallway below.
Good enough. What is... Oh, I was like, wait, why is my health so different? The answer to why is my health so different is I hit level 16. It changed the Reaper point cap.
With the guard out of the way, you can now open
That's
the
true, I
cell
do.
doors.
Wait, is it on crit or only on Vorpal?
The bear nods and says, "One last
I'll double check here in a minute.
I can open any of the sealed gatekeeper doors you might encounter. Just ask, and I will come."
Nah, Vorpal only. Like, wait, it's on crit? I crit constantly.
This door bears an ancient inscription. A hum of powerful magic pulses inside it. Thanks
Excuse
to
me,
that,
Mr. Bear.
you can now
Thank you, Mr.
pass
Bear.
Through the ruined door. The bear turns to speak to you.
So yeah.
Let me know.
No, if it's stunned on crit, it might be a little bit too strong.
As you enter the alleyway, you spot cultists.
Now, fortunately, I do often do something else on crit, which is simply kill them all. Which is almost as effective as a stun. The thing is, I forget which of these I need to kill in order to get the thing to unlock. Because I know you can't just skip all of them. Okay. We got enough of them.
You enter the gatekeeper's stronghold. You spy a second gatekeeper portal in the corridor.
And we get a chance to heal up and redo the shortest buffs while we wait for our bear friend.
There's splinters of the
There we go.
shattered door drift down around you. The dire bear nods at the corridor ahead. The gatekeeper's glade is this way. It is protected by a large stone door.
And hello to you. Now, I do have, I believe, I do think my T5 thing just straight up kills them, like does a banish effect on a crit, maybe? I'll have to look at it. It's been a while since I played Paladin, so I don't remember all of the ins and outs of it.
The door rolls open to reveal a hidden glade in the very heart of the city.
It's fine. We'll fight them along with all this stuff.
The cleric turns towards you, livid with rage. How the cleric defiantly shouts. The cleric falls.
He's much easier in Heroic, where he doesn't cast, what is it, Divine Wrath? The big light spell? Really nasty at high levels. But yeah, so let's compare to Myth Drannor. About the same. So 23 in 4 minutes, as compared to Myth Dranor's various quests that were 21 in 5 minutes. So yes, this is better, but you know, Myth Drannor has a saga at the end, so that helps. And we'll go and we'll hit Subversion, which might be a little annoying as melee, but we'll make it work. We want to go to the 12. And potential gear and Reaper shards? Yeah, I suppose.
After a long march through the hidden cave complex,
So, I should probably buff.
Eritreiko says, I have found.
And while I'm buffing, we will, and after I'm buffing, we'll check that tooltip that I said we would.
Facility to your meager skills, pet.
Release my control, Jim.
Let's see, melee attack, that scales.
Mutters the enslaved slod.
He charges 1 smite evil.
Foolish pet.
Okay, paladin level, charisma mod, plus sunder, and they need to make a will save against it if they're evil. And it's a Vorpal effect. So the higher health they have, the more likely they are to resist it.
Leave the Titans for my forces in Shavarath, or else. The slod almost smiles.
But it seems we have
Yo.
company, Master. So much
You know, at
for
one
your
point I thought you like the levers locked while you were fighting one. Okay, fine. Fine, Air Elemental. We'll do it your way. And we'll have to kill you first before we can kill your friend. Because you'll knock me back and you won't let me pull the lever. Unfortunately, something I don't have is like a bunch of fort bypass. So I can't crit on these, and as I've discussed before, but that was before the raid, the change in damage I do for when I'm critting versus not is ridiculous. And that is because, well, yeah. Yes, I know I'm low on health. I should have focused this guy first because he was the champion. But essentially, I have a really big crit multiplier. And in particular, I was talking about the difference between crits that double strike versus normal hits that don't. Because, again, we're pretty low level. We don't have a lot of double strike. So if it crits and it double strikes, it's like 10 times as much damage as like a normal hit. Which is pretty funny. Yeah, like, if you caught that just now, when that went off, it hit one guy for 250, and he hit the other for 2,300. That's just how it goes, which is why things that have fortification are a bit of a problem for me, since I don't have fort bypass. But, you know, we get there eventually either way.
Something about these crates seems strange.
Neck has some... I mean, yeah, like, if we actually want to check it, 37%. So, you know, it's not amazing, but it's not nothing. Oh, I got hamstrung. Now, because I don't have knock or lockpick, this one is actually a bit longer than it often would be in groups, because you just go to the end and then you open the door and you don't have to do the whole lever thing. The trick here is going to be if I remember the order. I believe that the first one is in the middle, the second one is at the end, and the third one is at the beginning. So I think the first lever is actually right there, yeah. First lever is here.
Scorch marks and debris cover the floor in this alcove.
And then the next one is at the end.
That Eratraco stole was housed. The lever clicks.
We can do that pretty easy.
And an instant later, the sound of metal sliding against stone echoes down the main hall.
We can smite them all, makes that go down pretty easy. So the lever we pulled opens this. We come in here, got the collectible, and lots of stuff in the way before the lever. And the last lever is all the way at the beginning of this section. So go that away. I'm surprised I didn't have more guys to fight. I thought they'd chased me. But, you know, maybe they got tired. And maybe I ran too fast. Who knows? Of course, these guys who spawn right on top of me, well, they don't have to worry about it quite so much. Now, the main thing I need to worry about here is the last fight with all the slots if I get knocked down a bunch. So that is something we will need to be concerned about, but not too concerned about. Okay. Do we do the optional? I don't know how much XP it's worth. Hey everybody. We're gonna see how much XP it's worth. Because it's not a long walk. I just have to pull like 4 levers or valves or whatnot. Or maybe it's 3. Valve 1, valve 2, and then this lever. No? Another lever first? Ah, valve 3. I was right, it was 4 things.
With all the valves opened, the machinery...
So it took a little while longer than expected because I forgot about a valve, but...
The wall in the opposite alcove shifts as the lever...
Oh, I forgot I was in public. Okay.
Revealing a doorway
Of all the things that happen when you forget you're in public, having someone join you is not the worst. Alright, 1500 for the optional. Not bad. And then we'll head to, I think we'll finish out the night with the Rage Chain. Plague and Carnage Reaper. Alright, come on, Orthon. Why is the net? Why won't the other one teleport to me? Thank you. Okay, he wants to pop a higher just in case. That's fine. I am not too concerned that we will need a higher. But he is in, and he is fully loaded and moving. So we're just gonna give him the old V. There we go. That's Famine Reaper, no big deal. As we kill more sloths. I wonder if we'll kill enough sloths here to get a monster manual bonus. Alright. There we go. If you're interested. I think they're their own thing, right? I think they're a kind of... They're not a demon. I think they're just a chaotic outsider. So we want to head to House J. House J. Let me check. No, it's not Shift app. Control app. Okay. Are they an aberration? No. Outsiders? Oh no, they're not in here as outsiders. They're not vermin, they're not undead, they're not a player race, they're not a monstrous humanoid. Miscellaneous? Oh, maybe they're not in here at all. Giant, fae, elementals, dragons, constructs, animals, aberration? I guess they're not in the monster manual. Go figure. Yeah, dretches are outsiders. I mean, I think they're accurately classified as outsiders because they are from the Chaos plane. But it looks like the in-game monster manual does not have them. So they're unclassified and therefore don't give XP. Which is unfortunate, but you know, it happens. And off we go for our last chain of the evening. Alright, so he is a rogue with a repeater from the sound effect I just heard. Interesting. I wonder what kind of build he's going for. In any case, it is nice to have company.
You should discuss your mission with your companion from the 12. You've been told the Disciples of Rage are planning some kind of attack on the city. The guards or the local shopkeepers may be able to tell you where to find them. The manager of the night market stands nearby, peering up at the evening sky. Ah, you're for the night market, are you? It's just
I'm good. He gets valves, I get valves.
Please, do me the honor of lighting the street.
It's not quite so big a deal as it is when you're like full on splitting.
This is the best part of the day.
But he can find doors and stuff while I break barrels. So, you know, teamwork.
Night market, seek it out. The sun sets, but it's not an end. It's a beginning. We become something different after our dull daytime existence ends.
Speak with him again.
Worries fade with the light.
There we go.
When the night comes, we see new possibilities.
And grab that.
That's what
and off we go.
To the night market. That feeling that around the corner or inside some stall, a new life waits for them in the dark. Or, well, who knows? Maybe they just like the food. I do hope that you find what you're looking for tonight, my friend.
There we go.
The tavern owner insists that you get rid of the thugs outside the blazing beacon before.
Interesting. I wonder what throws him.
door to the blazing beacon has been securely barred from the other side.
Oh, maybe it's a rune arm shot.
Getting in this way. Rolo Greengrass should be willing to let you into the tavern now that the thugs are gone.
He got one! Hooray! But yeah, crossbows really aren't built for AoE, especially not at this level. I guess it depends on if he got any shots, because I know that the Artificer tree has some AoE shots that shoot one for each bolt in the repeater. So if he's got those, then he's got some AoE. But if he doesn't, and he only got like, and he has no Artificer, then, well, he's got very little AoE. Oh, he went for Time Bomb. Been a while. Yeah, he only went 2 Artificer for like rune arm use. So he doesn't have those shots. I think they're tier 3 or 4. Excuse me, Famine Reaper. Please don't hit me for that much damage. It's just impolite. It's interesting to see Rogue actually using the like bombs and traps and stuff. We don't see it very often. Mostly because it's not like super strong burst damage, so it's, you know, we'll say non-meta for leveling, as much as there is a meta to speak of. But basically it's slower than other options, and therefore people don't do it, but the Time Bomb can hit decently hard. The problem is it doesn't really scale with that much. I remember using it on one of my earlier builds.
The manager of the night market
It's a little tricky to land, though.
Surrounded by cultists. Ah, you found us. Good, you're just in time. Could happen any moment now.
Okay, kill more things. Kill more things. Even more things. You know, it's entirely possible that I should get a shield wand before heading into all these places with stuff that I know is going to be casting like magic missiles. But then again, a lot of the force stuff that they're doing is not actually magic missiles, so it wouldn't be stopped anyway. Alright. Now we just need to go to the guardhouse. Actually, wait a second. Can you dimension door this? Because the guardhouse is way close to the beginning. If you don't care about the optionals to pacify the rioters. And is there a dimension ward in place? Wait, what is this? Yeah, there it is. Dimensional anchor. It's like, wait a second. Is there a dimensional anchor here?
You need to alert the Stormreach Guard right away. They're the only ones who can end the riots. Something terrible has happened to the residents of this neighborhood. Some stand in place ranting.
So we did that. We already did the puzzle in this direction. It's nice having multiple cleaves, so I can like cleave the group, and then cleave the eyes, and then cleave the eye group. But yeah, you're right, it does get outscaled before too long. But, you know, it's fun to play with. I don't think I've gone tier 5... What is it? Tier 5 mechanic in a while, though. Like, I've been more doing Inquisitive, or I've done, like, a repeater build. But I haven't gone Great Crossbow. I don't think I've gone Great Crossbow since the rework of Epic Destinies, actually. And that was a while back.
The guard on duty seems to be suffering from the same madness that affected the people in the night market. Quick, ring the bell to summon the guards inside.
Okay. I didn't think it wanted to let me ring the bell, so we'll try killing stuff first. I don't know if it was timed or because there was stuff alive, but...
You ring the bell.
Okay, yes.
The doors fly open and guards rush out. For a moment you're sure
Go.
you found help. But then you notice the fury in their eyes and the anger in their voices. The enraged guards attack.
Just to keep stuff on me, I should consider hitting that button. land and intimidate.
The theft of the harbor beacon seems
There
to
we
have
go.
brought down a curse upon the city. A curse that causes uncontrollable rage. You should
How
return
is this
to
one?
Tarasco and warn them of this
22
disaster.
in 7 minutes. So, not as good as Myth Drannor, despite being level 14. I'm learning so much today. Right. Quarantine, I'm going to run this ad slightly early. So I run ad 3 minutes worth of ad an hour so that we don't get pre-rolls. So this will be a 2-minute ad while we do setup and talk to people in here. I will see you in 2 minutes. Hopefully. Or, you know, if you're on YouTube, then you don't see that at all. But not everyone wants to watch the YouTube stream, so we go to both, which is, I believe, technically allowed.
A strange vapor seeps off the streets. The result of House Jarasco's
So, one reason I did that for this quest is this quest does have long portions of stand there waiting for stuff to come to you. So, if you're not seeing ads right now and you want an explanation, well, if you want an explanation for why you're not seeing ads, I cannot explain that to you. I believe the trick there is that when Twitch runs a quote-unquote 2-minute ad, it's actually more like an up to 2-minute ad. Or, I learned this relatively recently, if you are Russian, you don't get any ads because no one wants to advertise to you. Because of embargoes and stuff, they can't sell stuff to you. So why would they advertise to you when they can't sell stuff in your country? Which makes sense and gives you an ad-free experience. So, yay, I guess? Alright. And now, people can wait out their ad while we just kind of stand here and swing a sword in place. Because, what is that? Oh, Mark of Law. It's like, this isn't taking any damage. What is it? Is that a stone guard? No. Roll out. Alright. Oh. They dropped the thing on me again. So, yes. Alright. So, this is actually why I chose to run that ad a little early, because this quest has a decent amount of wait for people to spawn and walk to you. So, fortunately, as far as quests that will make people miss the smallest amount of gameplay, this is the one. There we go. Got all the waves done, and we can move forward. Remember to recast. I'm much better at that than I used to be. I used to be really, really bad at making sure I would recast my trances, but I have developed better habits as I have had more characters that had trances. So, it's easier to keep them up. And let's see. So yes. Here we go. What I need to do is I need to check stream elements to see if I can give a custom message for that instead of just like we're taking a quick break. Like put in the little notation for why. And I don't recall if I properly explained it before I hit the add button, but so Twitch does this thing where they incentivize running at least 3 minutes of ads per hour. And the way they do that is that if you kind of get penalized if you don't. And the penalty is that when people click on your stream, like they're just looking at a list of streams or what have you, and if they click on yours, they get what are known as pre-roll ads. Also known as, someone was like, hey, let me just check out this stream because the thumbnail looked interesting, or the title looked interesting, or something like that. And instead of jumping in and seeing, oh, well, this is what this stream is about, Instead, they get an ad known as a pre-roll ad. And pre-roll ads are a great way to make people who clicked on your stream go, you know what? Maybe not. So that is how they incentivize us to run ads. And the cutoff is 3 minutes an hour. So right now, I have it set for 2 minutes every 40 minutes. And I consider 2 minutes relatively short. So if I were playing more of like a single player game, or I didn't have the party open so I knew I would be soloing, the way that I would do this would be 3 minutes on the hour, and then when those 3 minutes came, I would stop playing. You know, I would go get myself a drink and so on and so forth, and everyone else could, you know, stand up, stretch, get a drink and all that. And then 3 minutes later, we could all reconvene to continue where we left off. I did have it set shorter actually last week, and part of this is because I'm in party and 3 minutes is really long for people to wait, and part of it is that I forgot to change it from last Thursday, because last Thursday I was playing League of Legends, and that actually works very well with running about 3 minutes of ads per hour, because I can run a 2-minute ad every time I'm in queue, so people miss 0 gameplay, and everything's fine. It's like just the ability to have a, you know, 3 or 4 minute block where I'm sitting in queue and nothing is happening is very handy for having a natural place to run ads. So other games like, you know, DDO doesn't really have a natural place to do so, except for, you know, if I make one. Say if I'm soloing and it's like, okay, well, we are at the end of a quest chain. I'm gonna run a 3-minute ad while I stretch and, you know, get a drink. That's totally a thing I can do. Unfortunately, I neglected to do so, so oops. Now it might also be because around the same time that I finished the chain, because you came in when I was right at the end of the quest, that's when the raid arrived. So it kind of disrupts things. Like, I don't want to see people like, hey, the raid just came in, congratulations, here's your ad. Like, nah, that's not right. So I have opted for interrupting you slightly. And hopefully it was not too great a disruption. Alright, off we go. Madness of Crowds. And I doubt we're going to overcap here, because we would need to have a full level, and quite simply, this chain is not that long, even with tacking on the 2 random other ones. So we do these, we do these, we do these, and this, and this. Of nomadic giants, and I do not have... Did I put points in concentration? I did not. But I still have plus 16 to it, so we'll give it a shot. Alright. By the river. Alright, we're off to the river. Unfortunately, we'll still have to go off to the left to get one of the ingredients. I usually just grab the stinger because it's the easiest to find. But, like the other 2, I've gotten them before. But the one that's down the river here has a couple different spawn points. Especially, there's one that you have to like jump down the waterfall to get, and that's annoying. Okay, so now we need to go back this way, and there's going to be a bunch of hostile dudes, so we'll need to get through this way. Oh look, a bunch of hostile dudes. It's fine. Oh, now we have yellow alert because we got these guys too. Okay, alright. I don't like getting slowed down by alerts, so we will clear dudes. And off we go. So we're just gonna head this way. And these guys are here because we found spawn pits, because that's what makes them spawn, and he will spawn after they die. Or maybe as they die. Sometimes he helps fight. Oh, there it is. I was like, why isn't he arriving? Because a scorpion. There he is. Waits for them to die, then he comes in. Late as usual. I'm not standing in the storm. Okay, Mama Scorpion can be usually one of two places. Where'd she go? Well, she's not at this spawn point, which means she should be at this one over here. Unless she saw us fighting up there, in which case she's wandering around looking for us. Ah, there she is. Hello, Mother Scorpion. You're a stone guard, so you're going to be annoying to kill because you have extra fortification and you can't be knocked down. You have lots of damage resistance unless we have a bludgeoning weapon. And unfortunately, the sword is not a bludgeoning weapon. They don't give us like special technique, spin the sword and hit them with the flat of it to bypass their damage reduction. And even if they did, it would probably do half damage anyway, and it would all even out. So we're just left with brute forcing our way through. Alright, time for a nap.
You lay down on the bed of furs. Perhaps oblivion will take you.
Sixth misadventure. I guess it was like the different factions here fighting each other. Alright, plan changed, which is fine. We will not rest. We're just going to wait here, and then we're going to blow stuff up. Hello?
By the forge, the fire giant stammers as he stares at you in disbelief. What are you doing here?
Where are you? There you go. And the hireling has died, to no one's surprise. They're not known for their durability. Hey, Brawn Pits. Welcome back. You're just in time? Okay. So yeah, now that I'm actually looking at the totals, Myth Drannor is pretty solid, even if it is a bit of a run between them. And of course, I think much like with Dread, as long as your character and build is strong enough to handle it, because they are newer quests and they are harder than older quests. It's just how that goes. And we'll take this one. Well, okay, harder than most older quests. Toxic treatment is its own special snowflake. Oh, look, a rock.
You've arrived at the dockside cartwright's workshop, but the well-worn door is locked tight. Perhaps there is a key somewhere nearby.
We're just gonna break stuff
inside the building that's said to house
because it's just one of those days.
Disciples of Rage. Time to see if your informant was well informed.
Go.
The lever is pulled, and the nearby workers immediately pull weapons from their hiding places. You're under attack. Beyond the hidden doorway is some kind of fortified area. It looks like you're in the right place.
Unfortunately, there are a bunch of archers
Behind your eyes is a massive headache.
which are going to try to keep me from opening this door, but we have successfully thwarted them. And they got confused and stopped chasing me, which is fine. Force damage over time. Really? Fascinating. Most stuff can't do force damage over time.
And your vision tinges red. A burning rage overtakes you. A rage that can only be quenched with destruction.
Break everything! Kill everyone! The rage has overtaken me. So much rage. So much rage. So many more things to break, because I need to break like 50 more things. Okay, fine. I'll kill some people. Apparently killing people doesn't state rage. Only breaking things states rage. More stools.
The pain
There we go.
subsides, and your anger
We have
rapidly
successfully
fades. You need to
unraged
finish what the
ourselves.
disciples
Well,
have
so it's a good thing
begun
we're not a barbarian.
before the madness can take hold again.
I swear that a barbarian in this change should be able to be like, that's my secret, I'm always angry. Hello.
The cultists' strange experiments are not as inert as they seemed.
Grab the crest. There we go. And he brought these in with him, which is cool. Speeds things up a bit.
More eye horrors occupy this hallway, almost as if they were guarding something.
Excuse me. Gotta kill things. And now... Now, the solution to this is put it straight down the middle. And the safe way to do this, excuse me, is to take all those side things and make it so the middle does not connect to them. And then you can just run it straight down the middle.
A strange volume floats over the altar. This must be the book the cultist mentioned.
Oh, he's got an iron stone. Very nice. Running spell absorption. I am running kill it faster.
The book is instantly engulfed in flame. Yet before you can congratulate yourself on a job well done, the burning tome...
See, he's got, like, landmine trap types too.
The destruction of the book has brought forth...
So, he's not just using the top of the tree. He's gone out of his way to craft traps as well.
Lord Billy Shearer will not you destroyed the headquarters of the Disciples of Rage and broken their link to the...
Which is an interesting playstyle thing, because as we mentioned, it's not ideal in that it's a little slower than some other, we'll say, more standard playstyles, but it's nice that the game gives you the ability to do so, if you want to. Alright, the question is, do we do toxic treatment? It's a little long and annoying, but let's see, what time is it? 11:10? Yeah, we'll do toxic treatment, just for completion's sake. I'm not worried about the end fight. I think I'm durable enough to handle it. I just need to clear bags real quick. This is the problem. I did not do any Coin Lord stuff. By doing Giant Hold and Myth Drannor, it meant I didn't do Lord's March. So, because I didn't do Lord's March, I have no Coin Lords rep, which means I have fewer bags than usual. But still, this is the first time I've had to clear bags tonight, and I don't think they were clear at the start of the night either, so that's the advantage of buying some buying space when it was on sale over the years. Of course. Oh, well, while we're here. Sure. Resist energy. Just in case. My music has stopped again. I need to find a different background music solution. That's true. I didn't do it last life either. But this time was a bit more... What is the word I'm looking for? This time, I had planned on it until I ran into that discussion about Myth Drannor as a good leveling venue. So instead, I made the conscious decision that I needed to test it. So I did.
You arrive at the outskirts of the Drow settlement after a long trek through the jungle. Now to see if you can convince this wary tribe to part.
So yes, last time it was kind of negligence. This time I specifically chose Myth Drannor for this stream to test how it goes. And it went well. So in the future for Iconics, maybe I do that a little differently. Or alternatively, if it's not an Iconic, maybe I change how I do some other stuff. Because on the one hand, like, I now have more 13s than I know what to do with. But maybe that means I take out some 12s. There aren't that many 12s. There aren't that many 11s either. What, you do Ravenloft and you do Sands. And that's like it. Well, there's also the Lord's March 12s. The Lord's March 12s are pretty beefy, actually. Alright, let's see if we can't find these dudes. I'm pretty sure one can't spawn down here, but I'm checking anyway. And I think Sword of Shadow is immune to damage because it's adamantine. Oh, we're not splitting. Okay, this goes way slower then. Perhaps he's not confident that he can clear if he splits. Which happens. Let's see, what is down this way? I'm just basically holding right on the right wall. And seeing what we see. Okay. I also don't think that they can spawn here, but... Oh. He has found a Reaper, which he is probably not equipped to deal with well. There we go. We killed most of it. I think he can finish off the stragglers, particularly since I tossed him a heal. Alright, so far we are rather unlucky with finding our guys to kill. But it's okay. We'll get there eventually. It's a little annoying that when they're in like little alcoves, you have to walk all the way into the alcove to get them to spawn. Like here. Yeah, like note how it didn't spawn until we were like all the way in here. Fighting scorpions does kind of suck as a ranged guy. Did I take any heal spells? No, I have no heal spells besides Lay on Hands. And I only have 4 charges of those. And I already used one on him, so if he really needs healing, he's going to have to call his higher to him. Or I'll have to start using Lay on Hands charges. One way or the other. But either way, if he needs the lay on hands, he will get the lay on hands. If it's just some chip damage, I'm not going to bother. Because I think he's got scrolls or something, because there have been heals coming out from him. It's interesting that they're not starting with their gaze, that they're just starting to attack me. Normally when they spawn, they try to gaze. Yeah, I'm assuming that's a heal scroll. Yeah, just saw the weapon swap. He must have just a ton of heal scrolls, because he's using them on me when I'm not hurt very much. Granted, I might just be comfortable at lower health percentages than he is comfortable for me to be at, so. I'm not going to say no to someone proactively healing me, though. Like, I would really prefer it to the alternative. See, I wasn't even sure that one could spawn down here. See, now this time I took a beating, and I really need the healing. And that's what happens when you have a multi-hit guy who has extra damage on hit from being a champion. Just sometimes you get your face eaten. I mean, sometimes more than others, like if you try to keep exotic pets like chimpanzees, you're more likely to get your face eaten. But that's not always guaranteed. Alright, so we actually still have 2 Umber Hulks left. So, oh, excellent. Only one. Because I was starting to worry that we were running out of spawn points to get to.
The lever is pulled, and the gate blocking the temple entrance opens.
I might ask him to go hit the what? To go do the puzzle while I wander around in the jungle. Because the puzzle doesn't have much to fight besides maybe some spawning air elementals.
The ground rumbles, and an Umber Hulk bursts through the cave floor.
Here we go. We're good to go and get out of here. It looks like it would have been way faster if we hugged the left wall instead, but we made our choice, and it was slightly slower and non-optimal, but that's fine. What were we doing? Oh yes, we're going to request that he puzzle while we do the jungle. Because then at least we can split that much. And even if he doesn't want to take the final fight on the puzzle side, that's fine. I can show up for the fight. Because it's a little bit of an annoying fight because it has like the twig blights and it has the shambling mound. So I can see why it would be annoying.
A deep rumbling growl can be heard drifting through the thick jungle.
Excuse me, where is your hitbox? Well, that was slightly annoying.
The skeptical Scarrow Elder says you must pass the Hunter's trial.
I suppose it would have been good if he came here instead of me, because then he could disarm the bear traps, but... Wait, where is it? Oh, there it is. Like, I saw it. It's around here somewhere. Next to this bear trap, of course. Or that bear trap. Or that bear trap. Okay, good. I am going the right way. But I never know the exact right way in here. I know the general shape of it. Oh look, a luminous mushroom. But I don't know the exact path. Oh look, a normal fungus, not a luminous one. What a ripoff. I'm only interested in the luminous mushrooms.
The massive cat falls with a final defiant roar.
Alright. I have one left, right? Okay, now to get out of here. So yeah, it's kind of like this step down thing, which is the shape I know. But I don't know all of the exact pathing. Like, I didn't know which way I was supposed to take at that fork. And I think I took the wrong one. Yeah, it looks like I did. Alright, let's try this one. Unfortunate. I don't think I can drink it out. Oh, I can drink it out. Interesting. For some reason, I thought you couldn't drink it out of bear traps. What? Well, I have learned. And at least bear traps don't, like, reset themselves magically anymore. That was a nice quality of life change they did. Oh, that was wrong. This was the right fork to take. Ooh, look, more fungus. Alright, let's see what his progress is on this puzzle. Now, this is an annoying puzzle because it's like a 5x4, which is just super annoying.
You have earned the favor of the First Elder.
Oh, we haven't talked to the Elder for the Warrior's Trial yet. It's fine. Let's see if we can't do something about this puzzle, shall we? Well, he got the Simon Says puzzles done already. Okay, what do we have? Okay, I'm not sure what his strategy is, but one person with a plan for a puzzle is better than two people with different plans for a puzzle. So, I'll break stuff. Once again, knockdowns and fortification have disrupted my ability to do things. Ugh. I hate this one because it's non-standard. The 5x4 gets me every time. His strategy seems to be, if there's only one left unlit, pull the lever. Which I'm not sure that is a good plan. Okay. Alright.
As the last piece,
There we go.
the barrier blocking
We got there eventually. There's probably an online solver for the 5x4. The thing is, I can solve 3x3s and 4x4s, like, manually. Easily. That's true. You know. More air elementals for the monster manual. Air elementals. They're one of my least favorite things to fight. Now plants, because we skipped Ravenloft and Feywild, we can get a lot of XP for killing plants, because our monster manual doesn't have any real plants in it at the moment. Well, I guess there were a few in one of the quests in Myth Drannor, but... There we go. Got a little bit of extra XP on the monster manual there. Very handy. Let's see. Should I shrine? No, I don't think I will shrine. We do not need it. Well, we do need to rebuff. But the thing is, even though we need to rebuff... Oh, interesting. Well, if I had done that, I would simply have overcapped more, since I wasted like 20-something thousand XP at the end of Myth Drannor. But, you know... Hindsight. Hindsight is 20/20.
The third elder grants you his favor. You've earned the favor of the village elders and convinced the guard to open the
so
way
we
to
need to
Volkor's
rebuff
temple.
all of
It
these.
lies to the southwest of the village.
Yeah, that gives more than enough spell points. And I'm not going to use this many. If I end up using this many bursts in the last fight, then the last fight has gone on too long and we have already messed it up. Now, the problem is, I didn't get much UMD because I said, well, I can use res scrolls just because I'm a paladin above a certain level. And then you know what I didn't do? I didn't grab res scrolls. So... potentially problematic. Especially given that my compatriot here has approximately half of my health. By virtue of probably fewer lives and being a ranged character, so they don't have the extra 25%. Alright. In we go.
Disciples of rage cultists in the room ahead. Their incantation takes on a creeping tone. Something is answering their call. Sheer chaos leaks into through the portal. Dangerous pulses of Zorian energy drift through the temple chamber. The multi-eyed monstrosity roars. A barrier of solid light engulfs it.
Alright, this is fine.
The eye of rage gurgles one last time and crashes to the floor.
So we did kill him.
Free to claim your prize, a tribute for the madness of clouds that afflicts Storage. It seems that chaos magic is fickle. The beholder
We need to take out all these guys. They are actually more threatening than the ones that are chasing us. So we did manage to successfully burst down the boss, even though he was sitting there at negative 900 health for a while. Yeah, no, we're gonna snooze that ad break.
You have retrieved the vial of the Volkor's gift venom for House Jarasco.
27 in 20 minutes. Yeah. Planar spike. What is this one? A light pick. Yeah, no one runs picks. Alright, and the reason we snoozed that ad is that it is now 11:30, which is too late for me to start a new quest, or start a new quest line. So what we're going to do is we're going to take 17, and we're going to go through our leveling process, take a look at where we are, and then we're going to find a raid target. So let us explore how this build is going to go. Despite it being a fairly standard paladin build, we might move some stuff around, who knows. And then we will look at raid targets. So first things first, off to the paladin trainer. And then we'll set up all of our new points, see how we're doing. Yep, thank you for the reminder. Those were one of the things I was referring to when we said we'll spend our points. But I've forgotten it many a time before, so the reminder is always appreciated. Diplomacy and another heal. Sure, why not? Next. We get religious floor. Sure. Alright. So, as before, we're just going to come up here and we're going to try to get a sprint boost. We can get health. We already have... Oh, sorry. We can get a little bit of PRR, but instead we're going to get 2 points for heal amp. In fact, no. We're going to get 1 here and 1 there. Now, why would we care too much about animals as a favorite enemy? There aren't that many favorite enemies. Like, there aren't that many animals in the game, really. But every favorite enemy stacks. So this is also not just, okay, we get 4 damage against animals. This is, we go from 2 extra damage on undead to 4 extra damage on undead. So that's why it's worth a point. And yeah, we're going to get more heal amp, and then we're going to get our run speed. So that's that. And as you mentioned, we have more Reaper points that we can spend here. So we're just going to spend all of them because we can. Some of them are useful, some of them are not useful. But we can always spend the gold to respec it, or platinum rather. Like, the dodge is not useful. Adamantine Body has a terrible, terrible max dex bonus, so our max dodge is 6. And that's with having enhancements that increase it. So, yeah. So we've got that. And now, let me actually check that. So, at 17, we have 400 max hit points as our cap. 34 times 8 is about 270. And then another 50 times 4 is another 200. So yeah, we are going to be capped at plus 400 health. And just to take a look at what our health total is currently, we're going to step into Lords of Dust, but not actually run it. Just to see what we're looking like in Reaper nowadays. R1, private. Because I don't want anyone to join thinking we're doing things when we are not actually doing things. So, we are self-buffed in Reaper. Gonna look at a couple of different stats. Okay, so this is without any short-term buffs, like the 5% for killing stuff, the extra melee power that we get for smiting, like any of that. So 15 damage reduction, 166 and 78 for PRR MRR, which is good. 160 fort, 92 armor class, which is okay at this level. Like, it's pretty good, but it's not, like, amazing. 6% dodge, pretty bad, pretty much the worst you can have. And then for offensive stats, we're looking at 44 double strike and 68 melee power. Snooze the ad. And then for our weapon, we are at 1.8 2d6s plus 106 to damage and 95 to hit. And why is it? Interesting. I wonder if that's a bug. So I don't know if that's a display bug or a casting bug, but I still had Holy Sword on from the previous quest, and the icon was still up here, but it was showing like Holy Sword wasn't on. So I don't know if this was bugged and it wasn't showing the effect, or the buff icon here was incorrect and this was right, and even though it says you still have Holy Sword on, you actually don't. So from now on, I think I'm just going to recast Holy Sword at the beginning of dungeons, because why take the risk? It's cheap. It costs like, what, 10 spell points? 25 spell points. Oh no. So let us take a look at who is available to raid. Oh, there are an unusual number of people on tonight. There are actually 9 DDO streams. That is a busy Wednesday. So let's take a look at our options here. We have a Shader Kai. Oh, we have someone on Cormier. Let's take a quick look at their stream, just make sure they don't have awful audio or something. And of course, I get a pre-roll ad when I'm trying to check what their stream is to see if I can raid them. This is why I run ads, so that when people click on my stream, they don't immediately get an ad. So we've got some raids going on for a witchy person. That is certainly a way to have your action bars. It would drive me nuts. But let us see. Tags. Tags are English.
I suck. I'm greedy and what?
Okay, maybe not them. You know, this is why I should pre-screen people for who I'm going to raid, because I have not been...
Test of your reflexes!
Because... Thank you. Yeah, you're correct. I am being slow, and I need my reflexes tested. So this is... The problem with having not streamed for a while is there's a lot of names here that I don't recognize. So I just click on them and then I'm like, oh, you've got stuff all over your screen. Or, oh, the first thing I heard when I clicked on your thing was swearing. So, you know, not ideal. But you know what? Let's go with this one. This one says they're new, or at least that they have a new build. And they're just based on their number of followers and whatnot, they are very new to streaming in general. So was that my notification or theirs? Oh, thank you for the follow, Kevin Head. And oh, that hits the 100 follower goal that I had set. Congratulations, you are our 100th follower. As a reward, you get to be a follower. No, I didn't set up rewards or anything. I just saw the Twitch thing was like, you should set a goal. And I'm like, well, I'm at 97 followers. 100 followers sounds like a good goal. So I did that. All right, but we're going to raid this Omega Magnus TV. Bragging rights, excellent. You can keep your bragging rights. They are yours. Do with them as you see fit. But alright, so we're going to toss over to this Omega Magnus person. They appear to be new to streaming in general, and they have a low-level character, so they're going through the harbor. So give them a warm welcome, you know. Answer questions that they have, but, you know, don't backseat. All the normal stuff. So we're going to raid out for them. Thank you, everyone who came in with the raid. Thank you, everyone who didn't come in with the raid. And thank you, of course, Tolsamar, if you are still here, for raiding. So we are going to raid Omega Magnus. I have seen approximately 30 seconds of their stream, so hopefully I have picked us a good one tonight. So thank you, everyone, for stopping by, hanging out. We do plan to stream tomorrow. Might be D&D, might be something else, but we will handle that when we handle that. Thank you all, and good night.